and roll. What day is that? Damien, we about ready to roll now. Everybody need to get in place. Sled, now you about to be on now. About to play. So you introducing all the coaches.
Good evening and welcome to the MDF Hoop House. I'm going to introduce the coaches tonight so that we'll know who we're talking to so we can get this started. First, we have Coach Lynn Slater. We have Coach Crystal Johnson. We have Coach Renetta Sled and Coach Tanya Hunt. If you will, ladies, take it away.
All right. Sounds good. Coach Sledge, of course, we were all kind of together putting this brainchild together. And we want you to kind of just be the first person to interject on this whole event and just kind of introduce everybody. She was just doing a rough bring in of everybody, but we want you to take it from here, what we talked about. Let's roll with it.
Hey, good evening. My name is Briante Sledge, and I'm the head girls basketball coach at the historic A.H. Parker High School. This event came about with the conversation with Coach Otis, and I basically told him my vision on how I wanted to promote female coaches and their athletes. I wanted to open up the platform for us to have conversations and those interviews with the young ladies so they can have more spotlight on them, as well as other coaches can see them and get the experience from this whole platform that we're having. So I got in touch with all of the Birmingham City School coaches first before I went out of the district. And then I went into Coach Crystal Johnson, which is at Hoover High School, and Coach Tanya Hunter, which is at Hewitt Trustville. And everybody was excited about it. They were on board. And right now, it's a feeling of happiness and I'm overjoyed, and I'm so blessed that Coach O and Nadia gave me this opportunity, gave these young ladies the opportunity, as well as the athletes.
We'll take any questions. Take any questions.
My question is Coach Johnson. What are your expectations of this season?
We always go into our season looking to win state, but we can't base it off previous years. So my expectations are just for my players to get better every day. We lost a lot of leadership. We lost a lot of the heart of our team. So every day I'm just looking for them to get better, whether it's in the weight room or when we're scrimmaging. And obviously Monday when we start practicing, I just want them to get better every day so this team can have their own personal goals, their own level of success.
This question is for Coach Slater. You added, I know last year you keep getting there, but you can't knock the door down. But you added a couple of players. Tell us about Destiny Nelson. Give some comments about Destiny.
First of all, we're excited to have Destiny, who have transferred in from Carver High School. She's bringing in state championship experience. She's been doing an awesome job working hard with the team, blending in with the team, and basically just kind of learning our system. She's going to bring a lot more depth to our guard play. She's a scrappy player. She's a scorer. She can shoot 3 balls. She can shoot mid-range. She attacks the basket. She also brings a level of leadership to the team. We're excited to have her, and we're excited about what she's going to bring this upcoming season.
Hi, this is for Coach Hunter. I'm going to ask you a little bit less about the individual players in basketball and talk about what this event means for the women's sport in the area. What are you thinking right now when you're, first time we've done this for girls basketball in the area?
Well, I'm just, when I walked through the door and I was greeted, I just got butterflies because as a young girl playing sports, I always wanted, not just for myself, but I got into coaching, a platform for girls, young ladies, to show that they can compete at any level. They work just as hard as anybody else in any sport. So when Coach called me, before she even got halfway through, I was like, Coach, I'm in. Like, I've been waiting, like, all my life, all my coaching career, to have a platform like this. Not just for coaches, and we're excited as coaches to be here in Birmingham, where the heart of basketball. If anybody wants to compete with the team in girls basketball, they're coming to Birmingham to do it. So, we got a table here full of great coaches, but we get a chance to show you that we do have kids, girls, young ladies that can compete at any level. They can play at any level. State of Alabama, yes, we can play football, but we got a lot of girls that they ain't sure can play basketball.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, we're going to get ready to conclude this round table, but I'm gonna finish with Coach Sledge out of Parker High School. I want to know, and you guys have talked about a lot, but what does this mean for the sisterhood of basketball? I know you have a lot of connections sitting at this table, and I know these women mean a lot to you. Let's talk about that part of it, because again, we don't do enough of we talked about elevating women's sports. So let's talk about the sisterhood part of this and why it means so much.
Well, me personally, I can go all the way back to 2000, maybe 13, when I was coaching at Iredale Middle School, and that's when I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's when I first met Coach Hunter. And my girls, we went undefeated 19-0, won the county championship, and I was like the little sister to her. And it was very important with that system that we had in the area, with Irondale being the feeder school of Shays Valley, that we be on the same page. And what I mean by that, whatever she wanted me to run at Irondale, I ran it. It wasn't any backlash or me trying to overstep my boundaries, because I knew that I was walking into a program with a coach that, to me, in my eyes, she was big, like legendary to me. She went on to win the state, I think that next year, with Morgan Williams, which I didn't have her, but I had her younger sister. And our relationship, to me, it has grown since then. I stay in contact with her when I can. When I see her and her husband on the sideline, it's nothing but love. And, I'm grateful for, I'm pretty sure she played a role in me getting hired at Irondale, because the high school coaches, they have a say-so in who they want to be at their feeder schools. So I was blessed for that opportunity, and it's been all love since day one. Now with Crystal Johnson, we go way back to, oh my goodness, maybe when I was playing AAU ball with Coach Senator Smitherman, and that's been since like 8-9 years old, but I've always stayed in contact with Crystal. I call her, maybe probably get on her nerves about just making sure about the policies with the Alabama High School Association rules. And, if I have any questions about anything, I'm not too proudful to call her and ask her, because I know I don't know it all. So she really helps me out. We're in another coaches group where we stay connected with each other. It's coaches from all over the state. Bob Jones, Calvin Montgomery, a lot of female coaches are in there. But Crystal, she knows the game, and who wouldn't want to be, connected with how many state championships? Who wouldn't want to be connected to, someone like her? She's sweet as she wants to be, and she'll help in any way that she can. Coach Slater, she's at my alma mater, Huffman, where I also played ball years ago, back in the 90s. Okay, so I've been following her as well, and she's done a great job she has built her program. Her program, I can tell that her girls respect her. They're disciplined, and it starts, in my opinion, with your players respecting you and them being disciplined before you can even get to the level of success with even talking about winning an area championship or even the state championship. If they don't respect you as a coach, then you really are in a losing battle with everything. So I've been watching her, and you know she's made it pretty far over the course of the years. But you know this year, because we're in 6A, I think we might run into them in the crossover. So it's still gonna be all love, and you know once we get on the sideline, we both know that you know all of us know that it's strictly business.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for that opening, and we really appreciate all of what you've done. So now what we're gonna have is we're gonna have Hazel Green via Zoom. Are we ready for Zoom?
Yeah, I believe we're ready.
All right, well, bring on Hazel Green, business.
So, hey, ladies, from this point, we need for you guys to go ahead and get with your team and get ready because we're gonna start rolling after we come out of Hazel Green. My two Birmingham City people might need to go over here with Mr. Davenport because I think he want to talk to you guys, and then Coach Crystal, you and Coach Hunter, you get your girls ready. You may want to take your name card because you got to sit it back down when you come back. Thank you, guys.
Okay, are we ready with this Zoom for Hazel Green? Or we gonna zoom on by Hazel Green if we not zooming in?
Coach Sam, can you hear me? Okay. Speak again, Coach Sam. Dang. If you want a little more time, we can go ahead and get another we can go and get another school up right now. You can set everything up. Who's the next in line now?
Hoover's next in line.
Okay, we need to go ahead and tell Hoover they can go ahead and get rolling. Hey, we'll just keep, what's the guy name? Trust me.
Okay. Well, y'all just hold on. We coming with the next school. We were gonna do Hazel Green, but we're gonna take a little bit of break and bring Hazel Green to you live via Zoom. But just a moment, we're gonna have Hoover on, and Hoover's gonna tell you a little bit about their program and all the goodness that they're doing in Hoover. So just bear with us. Hold on. A little technical difficulty, but that's to be understood. We're coming, I promise. Just be patient with us. Because Hoover is something you don't want to miss. And then we may have another school via Zoom. We want to zoom on in because we want to tell you all the good things that Hoop House is doing and all the good stuff that the girls are doing. Give us just a few minutes. If they take too long, then I may start telling jokes. And we don't want no jokes. So give it just a moment. Hold on. Keep hope alive. Come on, Hoover. All right, we're going to give him a hand. Hoover's coming on down. All right, Hoover. They're in the house. They're going to have a seat soon, and we're going to be talking right at you. Come on, Hoover. All right, so without further ado, you got Hoover. All right, ladies, take it away. I think we can hear you, but if not,
Big Miller. Big Miller. Pull your, yeah, there you go. Kelly, pull your tag in front of you, please. Thank you, ma'am.
all
There
right,
you go, Coach. You want to introduce them?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me introduce them. So we've got Coach Crystal Johnson, and then we've got Kristen McMillan, and we have Renea Kelly. Renaya. I'm sorry, I murdered the name, but it's Renaya Kelly. You got the last name. Miss Kristen is a senior, and Miss Renaya is a senior. Without further ado, Coach Johnson and ladies.
Coach Johnson, Otis Leverett from NEMAD Productions. I got a question I want to start out with. We understand that it takes players to win games, and you won a whole lot of them. So let's just start out talking about these young ladies and what they bring to the team and who they are, and let's let the general public know who these young ladies are.
So both of these young ladies are seniors. They've been on varsity since they were freshmen. Renaya's been on varsity since she was in the 8th grade. I think what stands out about both of them is not only are they talented, they bought into our system. It's kind of unknown the amount of work that we put our girls through, and it takes some type of leadership in order to get everybody bought in. I think there were leaders before them, however, they've grown to be leaders in their own special way. Renaya, like I said, has been on varsity since she was in the 8th grade. She's a point guard, and she started out quiet at first. But like I said, the leaders before have already, we have a culture in our program that's been cultivated by all the girls before that have made it where now these seniors are ready to lead. Renaya has been starting point guard basically since she was in the 8th grade. She's won 3 state championships so far. She's committed to the University of North Carolina and very good player, nationally ranked. Kristen, to me, is one of the best players in the state when she wants to be. She has limitless talent, can play guard or post, which is always something that's very valuable for college coaches. She's been on varsity since she was in 9th grade. Obviously, their freshman year, we lost, but since then, they've refused to lose. She's worked harder, has expanded her game, seems to get better every year at something, and she's committed to the University of Central Arkansas. So they're both already committed, so have nothing to focus on besides win another state championship before they leave.
Thank you. My question is for Miss Kelly. Starting as an 8th grader on such a dynamic program is a great honor. How have you continued to improve your game over these years?
Starting as 8th grade year, I think I was very nervous. Leadership-wise, I think I had to just go from that. It was already, dominant people on my team, so I had to just stay low a little while. But I think as I got older, I had to just take that role, just make sure I was more dominant, for other players and make sure I led, on and off the court. So I think I've grown, a lot since then, very much. So I'm just trying to keep that up, keep the same mentality as I did when I was in, 9th and 10th grade. So I'm just trying to make sure I stay there.
This question is for Kristen McMillan. Kristen. Kristen, for all the little girls that's in middle school and elementary school, how do they work to get to the point where you and Kelly is right now? How do they get to that point? Can you draw a map showing them how to get there?
What I would say to them was kind of work hard, don't bring themselves down or trying to hate too hard or push themselves over their limit, but slowly, gradually get better and just work hard.
That's good. Thanks.
This question is for Ms. Renaya Kelly. I heard you, Coach Crystal, speak early on about her being committed to the University of North Carolina. And I've kind of followed you from afar, so I know what type of player you are. Kind of tell us why you chose North Carolina out of all the options that you had.
As y'all know, I had a lot of different options, but I think North Carolina fit me the best. It's how I play. I think that was the best option for me. And the people I wanted to be around, they had many opportunities for me, to grow, not just a basketball player. So I think that was the best, school for me.
This will be the final question to wrap it up. Coach Crystal Johnson, I just want to ask you, we had an earlier talk about it, but kind of expand on the whole concept of this opportunity for you and your girls and what this means by this being the first annual media day for girls who have been, sorely underserved as far as sports is concerned.
I think this is a great opportunity for them to get out in front of the media. Like Coach Sledge said earlier, they deserve this opportunity. I think sometimes girls are overlooked, and they work just as hard, if not harder, than the boys. And the exposure for them, as far as media is concerned, is not around a lot. So I think this is a great opportunity. Both of these young ladies should be talking to the media when they get to college too. So it's also great practice for them to be in front of the camera and get comfortable in front of the camera. And that way, when they end up on ESPN or whatever it is, they're not nervous and they can put together a sentence and sit up here proud and represent their universities.
Thank you so much for coming out. Ms. Brightness, we're gonna let you take it over from here because we gotta get the next people flowing through. Thank y'all so much. And they're gonna tell you, there's plenty of other things you guys need to do before you get out of here. They'll let you know exactly what you need to do.
All right, thank you.
Great job, young ladies. Great job.
Okay, so we're gonna try and get our Zoom schools in, but give us just a moment. What's your post is next? Trying Yeah, I'm checking the center and make sure we get Loach Pope to you. Give us just a moment. We're trying to make sure we can hear so you get all the information like we get all the information. Hold on. Hold on with.
That Zoom, I got them on the Zoom, but they just sharing
Give us just a moment. We're working on getting people unmuted. You've been on the Zoom call before. Just be patient. We coming.
Who we got next? We can go on plug in because we need to keep rolling. Can we plug Park on in?
We got opening next.
Okay.
We getting unmuted. I promise we getting unmuted. They unmute yet. I don't know. All right, well, what we gonna do? Hold on. I was about to cut that and move on. We gonna hold on just a moment. I want this to keep flowing. We don't want to lose nobody from the audience. Stay right where you are. Hold on.
Ms. Nyla, will it let you unmute it?
Yeah.
There we go. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Nyla, we got Ms. Nyla on. And Ms. Nyla, what school are you from?
Hazel Green.
Okay. So we've got Hazel Green. We're going back up the list. So we've got Nyla from Hazel Green. So Nyla, is your coach also on?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna have Ms. Nyla coming to you via Zoom, and she's gonna tell you about the wonderful things that she's doing in this first MDF hoop house. So take it away, Ms. Nyla. What's your last name, Nyla?
Collier.
Nyla Collier from Hazel Green. You're on. They're gonna ask you a couple of questions if you want you to answer them honestly, girl.
Okay.
Let me hold on 1 second. Let me turn the camera so she can actually see who she's talking to. Can you see that now?
I can.
Okay. Now is Coach Tim, is he supposed to be on? I was trying to start off with him. He was on. Okay. So we just got his athletes?
Yes.
All right, let's roll with it then. We're gonna roll what we got.
All right, thank you so much, Nyla. So,
You're welcome.
all right, Hazel Green.
Now, first of all, we're just gonna start out with just saying, I want to ask you, being that this is the first time that this has happened in the state of Alabama, as far as a media day for girls, we've asked the coaches, but kind of tell me what this means for you, because I know you guys, are really, really all in, and y'all put just as much sweat and tears in it as the boys, and you've been a bit underserved. Can you tell me what this means to you, Ms. Collins?
I
teacher for all the kids and my coach Crystal give us practice in the house.
We kind of heard is Sydney or can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Yeah, if you don't mind, I know you had it on mute. Can you tell us your last name? Tell me what position you play so we can roll with it from here.
Sydney Stewart, and I play the point guard.
I got you. Sydney, I'm going to ask you a question. I want to know what does coming into this year. You guys, of course, if I'm not mistaken, were state champions last year, correct?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Every year the team changes. So I know you guys you lost some people due to graduation. My question to you is, what do you feel is unique? Because you're the point guard, you're the coach on the floor. What do you think is unique about this year's team as opposed to last year's team?
This year, I think we're a lot more diverse. Like our post players, they can play from the wing position and vice versa. So I think we're just like everybody's able to play from different spots, and that kind of gives us an advantage in some teams because it'll be harder to guard. So I think that's just one thing that makes us unique or different from last year.
All right, thank you. My question is for Naya Collier. Coach, he said that you all play in a great program up at Hazel Green. How do you continue to come to practice and play hard every day and keep that tradition rolling and you standing on the backs of all the former players and championships that you guys have won?
I'm thinking but prepare for it. Getting down, and we work on it, and I think it's going to take how much work we're putting every day.
My next question is for Cindy. Cindy, can you give us some information on some play? You talk about a player, you talk about Leah Brooks. Can you give us what it means to play with somebody like Leah Brooks?
Yeah, Leah is she's a great teammate on and off the floor. She's a great person to be around, and especially on the court, we can trust her a lot. We know she's gonna work hard in practice. So I mean, that just during the game creates some chemistry with her, and we just trust her to knock down the shots and do what she needs to do every game.
This will be the last question, ladies, and we appreciate everything you guys are doing. I want to know, we know that Hazel Green has an amazing legacy, and you guys have done some amazing things over the years. But kind of tell us about Coach Tim and what makes him so special to you girls, and why you feel as if year in and year out you guys play so hard and produce so much for you.
Well, it's really hard on us in practice, but that's just part of the process, and we all understand that. So I mean, it's just outside of practice we love them, and in practice we love them, but that's just his style, and you have to get used to it in order to be successful here at Hazel Green.
That's good.
Hey, I want to thank you, ladies, so much. Hazel Green High School. Good luck on your season, and appreciate your time, and have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hazel Green. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of that wisdom and all that knowledge about how to win. Have a great evening, and we appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you at our next MDF Hoop House. Let's give them a hand. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to have our own Birmingham's finest, Huffman High School. We're going to introduce them tonight. Tonight we have head coach Lynn Slater. We have our assistant coach Patty Reeser, and we have Jasmine Fowler, who's an assistant coach also. We have Tanya Lockhart, Alicia Kennedy, and Asia Mark. If you will, Coach
This is for Coach Lynn Slater. Coach, been following you for a while. You're consistent. But one question I failed to ask you over the years that I've talked to you. What's with all the faces on the sideline?
Out of my 17 years of coaching, no one has ever been bold enough to ask that question. But I mean, I'm just a passionate coach. Some of the coaches that I grew up playing for, they were very animated. They showed their passion on the sideline. So I just kind of do the same thing. You know, the girls read those facial expressions when they're out there playing. They make the adjustments that's necessary based on what they see me doing on the sideline. So it's just been something that I've done over the years.
Thanks.
It's a question for one of the young ladies. What can we expect from Huffman Lady Vikings this year?
Expect us to just go start off every game strong and end every game strong. We gotta be clear, hard, and we're just ready for the upcoming season.
This message is for, this question is for right here. I need you to move your water. I can't see you full name. Ms. Lockhart. I just want to know, I heard Coach jokingly talk about your coach's expression. Seems like I'm pretty sure normally when you got a coach that make a bunch of faces and have a bunch of antics, they tough on their kids. Tell me what makes you play for her? What makes Huffman go, in your opinion? Well, I know y'all will fight for her because Miss Morris over here, she almost pushed me down. I'm double her height, but she almost pushed me down out there. I'm a coach, so if you're willing to fight that hard, I gotta ask you a question. How did you end up on the staff, and what's your relationship with Coach Slater? Because boy, you willing to fight for it. Now you almost fought me out there.
Well, I'm a former player of high school.
See,
I
that's
played
it.
for Coach for 2 years. I graduated in 2015. The reason I chose Hudson is because as a young player, I always wanted to come back and coach at my alma mater. And I'm very grateful for her giving me the chance to do that. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we make it part of this upcoming season. So, yeah, that's the reason why I chose Hudson, because Hudson chose me.
This question is for Mrs. Fowler. Same question I asked the first time. What can we expect from the Huffman Lady Vikings? Hear your answer.
Well, can't wait to see what we're gonna do so far as in the season wise, so far as in coaching wise. I'm just ready to put my expertise and my skills and my knowledge into the girls and be a part of what we're gonna bring for this upcoming season, and also so far as in like school wise as well, and get them ready for the future.
Alicia, you seem to be very excited. You jumped on the mic quick. I love it. I love it because this is all about y'all getting the opportunity to get in front of the media and have this experience. Tell us about your game. What makes you a player? What you gonna do for Huffman? We want to know.
What makes me a player is my teammates. Like they just give me everything that I need. I'm a good rebounder. I go to the basket and I can shoot like a 15-foot, which most players can't do. And I'm really aggressive. And so I think it makes my team better and even better also.
For you too, Alicia. Late last year, I saw you play over at the Christmas tournament y'all had over there. I saw you go head to head with a girl from Gunnersville, probably one of the best in the state. What got you so pumped up for her that day? Because you kind of dominated her. How was you able to dominate her like that?
Like I said in the previous question, my team gives me my energy that I need. So when I see my team going hard, like if I see my guards going hard, a post player like me, I'm going hard with my guards. My
Coach Slater, we're going to end with you. Kind of walk us through this off season and what you're doing in preparation, because I got a saying, and I believe in heavily, pressure is for the unprepared. So what you don't feel pressure when you truly prepare. So what have Huffman High School been doing to prepare for this upcoming season?
Really just staying consistent in the things that we do. We train hard, we work hard every day. I hold my girls accountable. I push them beyond what they feel like they can do. A lot of times kids feel like they're limited in certain areas, and I push them beyond what they think they can do. I stay on top of their head, I stay on their neck, I don't let up, I don't take excuses, and they've been responding to it. They've been responding to it, and we're going to be prepared. We're going to be ready to play from day one, and we're going to stay consistent throughout the season.
Well, we're overjoyed with you guys' presence here at this first annual media day. And just everybody, let's give them a round of applause. Thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate that, Coach.
All right, so we thank Huffman for coming on with us tonight. We appreciate all of those words of wisdom that you gave our audience. And then now we're gonna go to Coach Poca, who's coming to us via Zoom. Are we ready? We ready, Coach Poca? Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we have Coach Poca via Zoom, and we're gonna ask them some questions to get all that wisdom too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ready for your first question? We're ready to talk to you.
We got Coach Elwood. Who?
Yes, sir.
Is Miss Thomas the only? Is that Jasmine Thomas?
That's Jasmine Thomas.
Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Okay, I got you. She the only athlete that we have.
No, Taylor Burke was just
We lose somebody.
it was just on the screen.
We're gonna hang in there for a minute. I just want to make sure that everyone's represented. How you doing tonight, Coach? You good?
Yes, sir. Doing real good. Excited about being a part of media day for the girls, and been a long time coming.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. God bless you for being a part. We're overjoyed that you guys are here. And what's the other young lady who we're waiting on?
Taylor.
Okay.
Well, she texted me, huh?
She came back through that. Coach Jeff, was you still with us? I don't see your picture. You still with us? Okay, I got
Yes,
you.
I was trying to fix it. All right, thank you, Dad.
I got you. Well, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So now we got a good connection. Coach Edwards, I'm gonna start with you. My name is Otis Leverett. I'm with D-Man Productions, but I'm gonna start with you. I got a question about you guys are probably the furthest south of any team that signed up and wanted to come here. It's primarily been a whole bunch of Birmingham teams, and I know a lot of it has new location. But with you being far south, what intrigued you about this event and made you want to get involved with it being that far south?
Well, it's a thing. If these girls, well, first of all, I just love basketball. Just grow and get bigger every year, from high school to the WNBA. But this video league, I would love to get Jazz and Taylor out there. They are talented girls, and any media would be great for them.
All right. This question is for Jasmine. What makes Low supposed to go?
We're like a family here. We're all competitors. We look forward to going hard. We all just come together as one. We just make it happen.
High
This question is Coach Elvis. Coach Elvis, what is your identity now? What you like to do? You like to pound or you like to run? What's your identity as a team?
You know, every year we have different teams, so it got to change some, but defense is consistent. We are going to shut you down and make you work for every minute.
It's Murphy. I know you arrived late to the party. How you doing? You good? You still got an audio?
Taylor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I got you. I said, how you doing? You arrived late to the party. I got you. Well, hey, I got a question for you. What do you bring to this local poacher team? What is your skill set? What is something that you're going to add to this team to make them strong and be the hard-nosed defensive team that Coach Elvis talks about?
And
we haven't been a technical difficulty, but we're gonna keep going. Coach Elvis.
Yes, sir.
Before we let you off of this Zoom, can you tell us a little history about you as a coach and what you've done in the game of basketball? There are a lot of people up in Birmingham that are sitting here watching these Zooms and all over the state of Alabama. Let us know a little bit about you as a coach and as a man and what you've done for good basketball.
Now, I didn't hear the question. I heard what was the question?
I was wondering, can you tell us a little bit about local poaching, what you have done in basketball? What have you done for the sport, like as far as winning percentages and how long you've been in the game? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Coach.
Oh man, just I've been in the game for 25 years. Every time I get some girls, they come in, they work hard for me. I have been to the Final Four 5 times. I have 491 wins. Our goal is to win 20 games every year, and the girls have been doing it. We just come to work every day. I told them today that once we start this season, we own go. We came up a little short last year in the Final Four, and we're not coming back to that again. We got a goal, and we're gonna push for that goal every day. But I've been around 25 years, and I've enjoyed the game. Hope I've engaged in the game that Cole has given it.
25 years, Coach. Tell me what Thomas and Murphy, what makes them different from all the players you've dealt with in 25 years? We'll wrap it up with that question.
Well, first of all, my senior point guard, Taylor Burke, she's going to come out and give you 32 minutes of hell on defense. I hope I can say hell, I'm sorry.
Keep it going.
She's going to come into and push hard. She's a competitor. She makes the team go. I don't know if she's going to that, but she had plans. She played with a lot of heart and a lot of fight. Jasmine Thomas, awesome player. She has so many skills that she don't even. She had tapped into it. She was our leading scorer last year. She is a bucket hitter. So she gonna come in and she's quick on defense too. But she get buckets and she take buckets from you. So I'm excited to have these two players, and I'm blessed.
Hey, Coach, that sounds like a T-shirt. Get bucket, take bucket. Yeah, we like it, man. We appreciate the time, Coach. Y'all give it up for local poaching.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to keep on right on moving. And we're going to have now, coming straight to us from here to us, we've got Coach Tanya Hunter, who's the head coach, Jordan Hunter, who's a junior, and we're going to have April Hooks, who's a senior. If you will, first question, and ladies, take it away.
All right, first question is for Coach Tanya Hunter. what makes the 2022-2023 Hewitt Trustfield Lady Huskies team special?
I must say that this team, the girls to my right of me and to the left of me, we pulled them up. Jordan as a 7th grader and April as an 8th grader. So we're looking at 2 girls that are going to be mature in our system. This will be the 5 years that they're playing under me, so I should look like I'm coaching this year. They should be running the team this year. But I got to say that since I've been at Hewitt, this is one of the toughest preseasons that we have. And they're pretty excited today. Maybe look a little tired because we ended it today. And I keep telling them they never complain. We threw a whole lot of different things at them. We got them stronger. That track is their best friend. And some days I kind of felt sorry for them, but they never complain. They never complain. They never look for an excuse. They line right back up. And we were excited to see a group of girls to be able to work that way and work that way as a team.
Coach, this is Lloyd McIntosh, Trustful Tribune. Just want to talk a little bit about what characteristics the team is showing right now. Like, what kind of team do you think you're going to be? More of a running team, power team, and then also about how you match up with the other teams in 7A in the area. You know, 7A is a different beast in each sport.
This team right here, when we first started off, we always try to find a slogan. We always try to figure out what they display as a group. And I got to tell you, we always talk about adversity. Everybody's great until you have adversity. But I think this group right here, they're going to be able to persevere. And we talked about this today. And they had different answers about persevering, but I think this team, whenever it gets down, I think they're going to be the ones to be able to climb out and come out on top because they work so extremely hard. When we start out the year, we strategically look at our schedule. We want to play people that we're going to play in the playoffs, people that we're going to have in our area. So our schedule is never easy at all. Our opponents are always tough. So we're excited about our schedule this year, and I'm excited about the team that's going to be on the floor starting on Monday.
This question is for one of my favorite players, Jordan Hunter, my favorite player. I know some basketball players, they have played for their dad or they played for their mom. But unfortunately for you, you're playing for your mom and your dad. What is that like?
Lord, thank you. And at first it was hard, but I've grown to love it now, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Thanks.
Great answer.
Hey, bro, you got a look in your eyes. I got to ask you a question. What you thinking about over there? It's going to be a simple question. What are you thinking about right now? Nah, I'm just messing around. I want to lighten up, thin the air out. But just, and I guess they kind of answered the question from my understanding, see the shooter. Tell me what makes you the shooter, because a lot of folks say they're the shooter. What makes you the shooter?
My 3-point percentage. And really just the amount of shots that I put up and work on.
Yeah. Now that's what I want to hear. I want to hear how you get there. Tell us your secret.
I just shoot a lot of shots, focus on the small details and how to separate myself from my opponents, and really just stay consistent. Being consistent is probably one of my biggest goals this year. So I know I can shoot it, but being able to shoot it every night, and if I'm not being able to shoot well tonight, I'm trying to find another way to contribute to this team.
Got you, Coach Hunter. This question is for you. Kind of tell us about these young ladies going forward from college recruitment. Kind of what they got cooking, and what do you foresee them at on the next level?
Like I said, April, when they were in middle school, we did some stuff to our roster. We did a lot of roster management to get them where they're at today. When you look at my career, people always talk about wins. I always talk about kids going to the next level to play college ball. That's my main goal, is to help kids outside and achieve their goals outside of they want to play the next level. So April voiced that to me at a young age, and I gotta tell you, a switch has flipped with her since the summer. And she always had the frame and the work ethic, but she is a shooter. Her her ceiling is so high, and she just committed to Alabama State University. So with her going to ASU, like I can see her being one of the great shooters in the SWAC. And we talk about leaving a legacy, and I think she's going to leave a legacy there because of her skill level and her work. Jordan is a junior, and she's committed to Auburn. And we were both, any kid that I coach, even when they commit or sign or get recruited, we never settle. I want them to go there and not just settle, but make sure they leave their own legacy, whatever that legacy is. I want them to leave it.
Jordan, and if I'm correct, Ms. Hooks is a senior, correct?
Yes.
All right. So Jordan, you're early commit. So you going into you're in your junior year and you committed to Auburn. You got to tell us what made you make that choice so early. What about that place put you in the mind frame that you want to commit this early?
Well, I've been playing with my mom from a young age, so the biggest thing for me going to the next level was the coach, because that's a big shoes to fill. It's her spot. So I had to look, and Coach Harris, she's gonna make me better, and she's always honest, and that's what I look for in a coach. She's always gonna, no matter if I want to hear it or not, she's gonna tell me. And I think that's so big when you're going to go play for the next level, because it's always about growth. And she's gonna help me grow, and that's why I finished.
Coach Hunter, we're gonna end with you. This will be the last question, and we appreciate you guys coming out. Take us through a day of practice at your high school. Just walk us through what that looks like. Sometimes we want to go backstage with you.
Oh boy. Okay, let's go. We'll go real quick.
Take
2
your
days
time.
a week. 2 days a week. We get up and we're in the weight room at 6. We start at 6:30. We go and they get showered. The bell rings at 8:10, so they get showered. We have a husky hour. If some of them need help or they need study hall, we have study hall for lunch. Then we have a 6 period where we weight train or we get some shots up. And then in that 7 period, we do our running program. So our day is full. And you can look at it, we go 3 times a day sometimes. Twice a week, 3 times a week. We go 3 times a day. And like I said with this group, they never complain. I mean, I don't know a lot of girls that want to go 3 times a day. Some of them are playing college at the next level, some of them not, and they never complain. So I'm blessed to have a group of girls this year that we can push to that limit.
So I guess it's safe to say this is how you prepare your girls for college. You basically putting them through a college regimen in high school.
Right. When they go, like I have a kid now playing in the next level, she called me the other day and she was like, everybody's complaining about this is the toughest running day. And she said, all I heard was your voice say you better not stop. And she was told the cement block-up bills. I was like, well, you prepare. At least you prepare for your conditioning. But we try our best for the kids that want to play the next level. They won't have an issue with the work. For kids that never want to play at the next level or just a great high school player, we just give them the best we can, and you would trust them.
Junior Miss Hunter, senior Miss Hunter, Miss Hooks, we appreciate y'all coming out. We appreciate y'all being a part of this Hoop House Media Day, the first annual one, and we will continue rolling because of people like you. Let's give it up for them.
All right. So thank you so much. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and got Hazel Green, coach, on the line again. And I just apologize to him because we were having technical difficulties. So we couldn't hear him, but we hopefully can hear him now. And we're going to hit you with some questions, Coach. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Coach? Unmute. I think you're muted.
You still muted. There you go. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. We had your girls on early and they answered some questions for us, and we thank them for their questions, but we're going to ask you just a few questions about your program. So thank you again for joining us tonight. First question.
First question, Coach Miller. You have one of the most successful programs in the state of Alabama. Just want to know, what are you expecting from the 2022-2023 team?
Well, first of all, I can hear my echo in the background. We expect, expectations for us to try to win the state. We set goals every year to be the best team we can be. And to strive to be the best coaches and best players we can be every day at practice.
Coach Miller, Kelvin Turner, Fast Break Sports. Do your offense run through Leo Brooks? Is that depend on the opponent's team?
You broke up on me. Ask me one more time.
I've seen you a couple of times where you seem like your offense run through Leo Brooks. Do your offense run through her? That depends on the opponent.
No, our offense doesn't run through one player at all.
Okay, thanks.
It runs through the whole team.
Coach, how you doing? Otis Leverett from Lee Bass Sports. Can you hear me?
Good. How about you, man? Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir. Hey, you know I'm gonna ask you a personal question, man, because what this was 2019. I want to say it was 2019. I want to say I was the trainer for Ramsey High School, and y'all beat us in 3.9 seconds. Tell me what you told the girls on the sideline. I got no truth, Coach.
I don't know that I said anything. I was just praying that she makes some free throws.
Coach, I tell you what, man, I wake up sometime in the middle of the night like a bad horror movie, man. Y'all got one, man, but I tell you what, you run an excellent program. And just, if you will, I've been asking a lot of these coaches this because, again, I know you can't give away all your secrets, but just kind of take us through a day at Hazel Green High School. Just kind of how you get your girls prepared the way you do. I just like you to just kind of discuss that a little bit, Coach.
Well, I would say, we have a good culture there at Hazel Green. We like to bring guys in at practice and really put our girls through as much as we can. The guys really get at them girls, and if you make a mistake with those guys, they're gonna make you pay for it.
Well, Coach, going
against guys on a daily basis, go ahead, I missed it. Go ahead.
No, keep going, Coach. Keep going.
Oh, well, I mean, as much as adversity as I can put our girls through on a daily basis, they're going to help for the game.
Last question.
Keep going.
Oh, no. Last question, Coach. I know it's some delay, there's some technical difficulties. We appreciate you for getting involved with this first annual Girls Media Day in the state of Alabama. And I would just like to know, what does this mean for you? Because I know you've been out here with girls for years doing what you've been doing at a high level. What does this mean for you watching how the game is evolving at this point?
Man, when Coach Sledge called me about this event, this was something I want to be a part of because
but she reached out and she has done a lot of legwork, behind the scenes work, trying to get coaches and players involved. She has probably contacted me 3 or 4 times a week when she first got this idea going. And you talk about, trying to give our girls, a platform to talk. I know our guys basketball in the state of Alabama is really good, but the girls are just as good also. And I felt like that this was something that Coach Sledge, really did a lot of work, and I told her I would be a part of it, and I love it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you being a man of your word. We all respect and have a lot of admiration for what you're doing in that coaching seat at Hazel Green. Look forward to you guys doing your thing again this year. And have a blessed night, and thank you from everybody here at Hoop House in Birmingham.
All right. And so we've heard talk about Coach Briante Sledge, and so now we're going to move on to Parker High School again with Coach Briante Sledge, our assistant coach Steve Jackson.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good.
Junior Carolyn Hill, sophomore Cynthia Town. Oh, Carolyn's a sophomore. Girl, I done moved you up. I'm sorry. Once you get all your high school years in. Okay. First question, and we take it away.
First question is for Coach Sledge. When you first got to Parker, you took over a program that really was down. I can say it a dump. They had some seasons where they won 1 game, 2 games, 3 games. But when you came in, you've been successful. You won 4 or 5 the first year, then you won 11, and then last year you won between 18 and 19. How was you able to rebuild a down and dump program?
Well, like I said earlier, coming in, first of all, you have to understand that Parker is, the culture in Parker is like none other. It's different. And it's right in the heart of Birmingham, right there in Smithfield. And when I first came in and I interviewed with my principal and my AD, I let them know off the top that I wasn't afraid of the challenge. I had heard all types of things about the girls program at Parker. People ask me, why would you want to coach there when you can go anywhere else and try to coach? And honestly, it has always been my dream to build from the bottom up. And that's exactly what I had to do. Like my first year, I started out with 7 girls. And I got my butt beat. I didn't back down, but I continued to work. I continued to mainly build relationships with them because a lot of the young ladies, they really have a lot going on outside of basketball. So it took me, before we could even hit the court, for me to actually have a relationship, a working relationship with them, to actually have those conversations about everyday struggles in life that they actually go through. That's where it all started. Once we got to the gym and hit the floor, the respect was already there because they already knew that I honestly, wholeheartedly cared about them. And it just wasn't about basketball that I cared about. I actually stay in contact with these girls as much as possible. I probably get on their nerves, but they're like my daughters. So, that first year was rough. Of course, I didn't have these young ladies there, but each year that we've been working towards the success of just not only winning, but their character as young ladies and who they really stand for, because whether you believe it or not, the perception that some people think about the young ladies at Parker, it's not all good sometimes, but we have some great student athletes there that really have a lot going on with themselves. And just to coming up until this year, man, Coach O has came in and poured into this program. Him, his wife, the other young ladies that actually have went through the program and actually have played in college, they have came in and showed them and given them something that they have never experienced before. And it has been a complete blessing. They are now learning and knowing what it's like to really run and go through a real program. So I have much love and respect for my assistant coach right here, Coach Keith Jackson. He does a tremendous job with drills and just coming in with new ideas and keeping everybody fresh and updated on a lot of stuff.
This question is for you, Coach Sledge. First, I want to say that I'm very proud of you as your brother. I've been watching you play since you were a young girl, and it's an honor to see you coach as a woman. And don't cry. But I just want to, I want to know, how does it feel and what is it like being a Birmingham City grad and being a head coach back in Birmingham City, being a mentor? You talked about it kind of a little bit, but what does it mean to you to be in Birmingham City?
Wow. So just growing up playing at Huffman High School, the group of girls that I played with, we back in those days, West End was a great team. Fairfield had a good girls team. Those days there really was some good athletes. Crystal, I can't remember where Crystal was in. Fairfield? Crystal Johnson. Yeah, okay, so she was at Fairfield. So back then the talent was through the roof. We didn't have this. So I was telling them stories about like when we with our film, like to this day I still have film of me middle school, high school, and it's on a VCR cassette because that's what we use. So, you know, all 4 years I was at Huffman, we made it to Jacksonville all 4 years, but we never could get past Jacksonville. We always ran into like West End or Fairfield, and we got knocked out. So this right here, it means a lot to me because I get to give them something that I didn't have. And I know that they're thankful and grateful for it, but just to see everybody come out and to talk about their programs and their athletes and what they expect for the upcoming season, it's amazing.
This is Otis Leverett from New Man Production. This question is for Terry Hill. Tell us about how awful of a man Coach Otis is. Now, I had to lighten you up a little bit. Now, tell us, Terry, take us through the summer. I mean, tell us what have you done different from this season, you know, from last season to this season? What do you think going to make you a little bit better player than last year? What have you done different?
I haven't done much differently, but most of the stuff that I have changed from last year is mainly being more vocal with my teammates. Last year I didn't really talk as much and I wasn't saying as much, but this year I'm talking and being more vocal with my teammates during practice and off the court.
This question is for Tisha Towns. Towns, last season you played as a freshman, you played at a high level. And coming to this season, some people have you probably ranked one or two of the best point guards in the city. Are they legit about that?
Yes, sir.
Good answer.
Why on Tisha Towns? Why is that legit? Tell us about it. Take us through why.
It's legit because I put in the work and the effort to become one of the best in the city. It didn't come overnight. I worked hard, and that's why I'm one of the best in the city.
I got you. Coach Keith Jackson, I know you've been in this game for a long time. You've worked on some pretty daggone good staffs. What made you make the jump and transition over and go to Parker with Coach Sledge? Because I know about some of your career. Of course, we've been together as well. So I know you've been in this game for a while. What intrigued you about going to Parker with Coach Sledge? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know, my relationship with Coach Sledge, first of all, and she gave me the opportunity to come over there.
without her giving me the opportunity, I wouldn't have an opportunity to build, like she said, to build a program, change the culture, the basketball coach, girls basketball coach, and building the program from the ground up. And each year since I've been, I've only been there for 2 years, this will be my 3rd year. And each year has gotten better and better. And I'm thinking and knowing it's going to be better this year. So each year is going to be, more exciting. I got a passion for these girls. I want them to be the best they can be. I'm going to try to pour into what I can pour into them. So I appreciate Coach the opportunity to come to Parkland.
Coach Sledge, we'll end with you. This will be our last question. We'll wrap it up here. My question is for you. I know it's a hard decision. You got, just like a lot of the coaches that come here, you got a lot of girls on the team to pick from. What separates these two and make you bring them to media day? What do they bring to your team and you feel like they need to be here at the table on media day?
So I'll start with Oticia, and all the girls know that if they don't give me any defense, you won't see the floor. I'm passionate about defense. As long as you can play defense and you can give me something on the offensive end, it doesn't have to be a jump shot. It can be a layup. But if you don't give me in the defense, you won't see the floor. With Oticia, she got put in a position last year where we had one of her other teammates get injured, and she had to be out the whole season. This young lady, being a 9th grader, took on a difficult role, and she carried our team through some challenging teams that we came out on the better end. She stepped up, and she has matured a lot. She has come to the workouts, Coach O workouts, which are difficult, but mentally, before I brought Coach O in, all of them knew that our weakness is not that we can't be successful and go further on. Our weakness back then, which is not now, was mental toughness. And that's something that I wanted to pour into them, that you have to have mental toughness. You can't overreact when you're on the floor. You got to keep your composure so you can stay locked into the game. And she has learned that. I don't think she really has missed much of any of Coach O's workouts. And she's gotten stronger mentally and physically. So I'm proud of her. I know there's going to be some great things that's coming from her this season. She has stepped up to be a leader. And, it's my prayer that she has a healthy season and she continues to show that leadership that I know she can show. Now with Terrell, baby girl has told the truth about her not being as vocal. I was sort of in a culture shock when I actually heard her voice, speaking up and talking up to the girls and actually directing them and telling them, hey, you're doing that wrong. You need to do it this way. So she has really grown in that area. She has grown physically too, whether she knows it or not. She just has to keep working at it. But in my opinion, she's one of the top shot blockers in the state. I'll put that on her. She averages about 12 blocks a game. So she's only in the 10th grade, but I think she's really gonna be something to watch over the next couple of years, going into her senior year. So, I pray that she continues to grow and to learn more and more and just soak everything in and be the best that she can be. Woo, woo.
So we like to thank you guys for coming out. We'd like to thank you for your vision, for the time that you put in this. We know that you played a major role in especially recruiting all these coaches and getting us to this point. And a dream became a manifestation, and this is just the starting point. We appreciate y'all, and let's clap it up for Parker High School.
All right. That's my alma mater, Parker High School. Parker High School. Woo, go Vikings. So now we're going to bring on Shades Valley. Are you ready? You better be ready because Shades Valley is coming to us. Come on down, Shades Valley. Come on down, and have a seat. Talk to us. So, let's see what we got here.
You covering the area.
We got head coach Sherry Ferguson. We got our assistant coach Portland Davis. And we've got Kaya Creighton. I'm sorry, I was trying not to miss that name, but Kaya Creighton, who's a senior at Chase Valley, and Trinity Collier, who's also a senior. First question, take it away, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Lloyd McDuff from Trussville Tribune. Yeah, you and I were talking earlier before the press conference here, and I just want to get you a little more detail about how you're going to manage. I think you said you have 8 players on your roster this year. How are you going to manage the season with a slim roster, and particularly leading on these 2 young ladies next to you?
Well, one of the benefits that I've had since I've been at Shades Valley, my 21st year at Shades Valley, coach basketball and track and field, and we had to turn the notch up, turn the tempo up a few notches this year to make sure that from a conditioning standpoint we were able to handle it. As I said earlier, Carver Senior High a few years back won the state championship with 7 people. Of course, there still hasn't been a prayer in there that you don't have any injuries, but as far as the physical toughness and mental toughness, we're ready for it.
Trinity Collier, I understand you were a transfer in the Shades Valley, so you came from another high school. Of course, I know your dad. I'm cheating a little bit. I know your dad real well. Tell us what's the difference in playing at the high school you came from and playing for Coach Ferguson. You just kind of walk us through that and what's been the benefit of being with Coach Ferguson over the last couple of years.
Coming into Shades Valley, I was afraid, scared. It was my 11th grade year. I contacted Coach before school season started, and I told him I wanted to play. The first day of school, he greeted me coming in. He told me I'm the coach, I'm the head basketball coach. I'm the person he was talking to, and ever since then, it just felt like I belonged. He welcomed me with open arms. Playing with them has been wonderful. My conditioning is way better. My mental status is way better. They made me an all-around better player. Playing in my old school, they didn't make me a better player outside of basketball as well. And that's what my coaches have done, and I really appreciate them for that. Because I am a senior and I am graduated, so that's what I needed. So that's really different. The mindset that they put me in is wonderful.
So you feel, because I want to clarify this, because we always in the good details, heck of a job interviewing. I guess my question is, so you do really feel like, when I say the word holistically, I mean, do you really feel like Coach Ferguson just did a good job dealing with you as a whole human being, not just as an athlete? That's what you're kind of saying from the last place. Kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
Yes, sir. Moving up here, it was hard adjusting. I would talk to her about different things that was going on in my life. He would always tell me, you always come and talk to me. If I had stuff on my chest, I would come and talk to him. Davis as well. Like I said, he welcomed me with open arms. It made me feel at home. I never felt like I couldn't come and talk to him about anything. Everything is wonderful.
Appreciate that. Ms. Creighton, you have the next question. I just want to know what, from your eyes, tell me who Shades Valley is going to be on. Who are you guys going to be on the basketball court this year? What type of team do you have? What do you believe can be the final outcome? How far do you think you guys can go?
This season, I see us going way farther than we did last season. As a team, we come together and we can talk to each other. Last season, we had a problem with that. We couldn't hold on to each other like we should. This season, we like a sisterhood, and I love the girls still. I do anything for them. And I hope that we can stick to that for the whole season. And we rock with each other like this. But then talent comes, but we got to have each other back for you.
This question is for Coach Ferguson. Coach, last year I saw you was in a lot of games down the stretch. You just let them just slip away. what are you going to do this season to solve that problem?
Well, one of the benefits coaching basketball is there are times where you have youth. And we, the last years, had a lot of freshmen and sophomores that are now juniors. And coaching for so many years, there was a period where our talent level had gone down. Talking with some of my fellow coaches, there are many people that jump ship because they're afraid of what comes along with going through the process. The process was we had youth. Currently, those freshmen and sophomores are now juniors. As I said, we have upped the ante in all respects as far as conditioning, working out, and the mind game. So to come down to that, we have juniors now. These are my two seniors that we brought. Everyone else are juniors. We have two talented freshmen, Lauren Nelson along with Zoe Little, who also brings a lot to the table. You know, as I said, we only have 8. We pray we don't have any injuries, but we ready.
Coach Davis, I don't want no humility. I want you to end this thing off for us. I want no humility. Give me a prediction, man. Tell me what Shades Valley gonna do this year. We want to know.
I mean, the ultimate goal is to win the state championship. But last year we lost in the sub-regional. Like I said, we had a lot of youth, a lot of girls, first time playing on the varsity level. But like I said, we have 4 starters coming back along with some more pieces and came in this year. So, definitely expect to make it to regional. And then from there we'll see, what happens. But definitely right now, we definitely want to make it back to Jacksonville. And like I said, ultimately win the state championship, but make it back to Jacksonville and see what happens after that.
Hey, Coach Ferguson, we appreciate you being a part of this thing. As I stated, it don't go without the players and the coaches. And again, this is the first of many. And again, I should have done this with every group that came up here. I apologize to y'all young ladies that as adults, we failed y'all for underserving y'all and giving this opportunity, but today it stops. And we appreciate that. And we going forward, man. So we really leveling up for real. Hashtag that. Hey, y'all have a blessed day. Appreciate it. Clap it up. Let's go.
Level up. Hashtag level up. Hashtag level up. Okay, so next we're gonna bring on Centerpoint. Centerpoint's gonna tell us about their awesome program. And they've got some great girls coming with them that's gonna tell you some of the things that they do to be great and stay great. So without further ado, all right, they're getting seated, so we're gonna give them a few more minutes to get situated. We thank you all for viewing this tonight, the first annual MDF Hoop House, and we know we're gonna have many more after this, so we can have other girls to come and tell you the things that they do to be and stay great. So now, on the center point, we have Coach Cameron Gills is our head coach. We have Renee Williams, the junior, at center point, and we have Anaya Brown, the junior. So without further ado, first question, and then take it away, Coach.
Hi, Coach. Lloyd McIntosh from Trustful Tribune. Good to see you girls and ladies. Tell me a little bit about how you're preparing for the jump from 5A to 6A this year. It hasn't hurt the football program yet, but what are you guys doing to prepare for that jump?
Well, honestly, we've always played a 6A schedule. They don't play 6A schools. So we used to playing 6A, but like I've been telling the young ladies, it's better basketball, being honest, bigger basketball. So we're working much harder and preparing to be more physical and mentally tough.
Thank you.
My question is for Coach Gills, and it's really not a question. I just want to say, Coach Tam Gills, one of the best basketball players I ever seen play. She was the star at Miles College, and I used to go to Miles games just to watch her hoop. So I just want y'all to let you know, y'all got a great coach, man. Y'all listen to her. She really did.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Homecoming, Coach. Coach Gills, question for you. A lot of schools have D1 players. You don't, but how are you able to compete with them on a nightly basis?
Hard work. Day in, day out, young ladies tell you, and mindset. That's most important, mindset. I have to change the mindset every year when we come in, the expectation is championship. You know, not to win the air, not to go to Jacksonville. We coming in to win a championship. So you have to change the mindset so get the ladies ready to compete on whatever level.
Miss Williams, I like that demeanor you got. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to be totally honest with me. What do you feel about this opportunity for girls? I know you sit around and watch all these media days for boys and all the different things. Tell me from a player perspective, what does this do for you, Miss Williams? I only called on you because I like that look you got in your eyes.
I feel like it like just put more attention on girls athletes and just like not separating from boys and girls, but it's more focused on girls.
Ms. Brown, I'm gonna ask you the same question because I really want to know because this is you guys' moment. Just tell the media, tell everybody what does this mean for you? And like I say, you guys been bystanders watching. You know, the male side get these opportunities. Tell me what this means to you as well, Ms. Brown.
This is a great opportunity for me as a girl because many girls don't have anything. They're not recognized for it as boys.
Like it. Coach, coming into this season, you know, and I've been getting a lot of the people to come up because I really do. I want to know. Tell me what a day looks like because again, we all got high hopes. We all want to be state champions. We all want to go to the next level. But my question is for you is what do you guys do on a day-to-day basis to get you prepared for the opportunity to be able to one day take home that blue map?
Day at Cinnamon High School basketball program is mental toughness. We work out, we work hard. I push them beyond their expectation. I coach them hard and I love them hard.
Going forth, Ms. Williams, can you tell me what makes you want to play for Coach Gill? Like of all the places you can be, what makes you really fired up for playing for Coach?
I mean, my 8th grade year, Coach Gill took me in her arms, and she had faith in me, and you know, as coming into my junior year, she really, you know,
You got it. You got it.
she really loved me. Don't nobody love me like Coach Gill. Nobody love me like Coach Gill. And I know she gonna give me to the end. I know she's gonna be with me to the end.
Good feeling. Good feeling. Coach, Ms. Brown, tell us about your teammates, the ones that are here. Why do you think you guys have a chance? Because I want you to tell us about the people in the locker room. What makes Center Point High School different in the locker room as far as the players are concerned?
We're different because we work hard every day, better ourselves, and to improve each and every day. And we're a team.
I like that. Coach Gill, we're gonna end with you. Again, I would like to say just thank you for being a part of this, but I want to end with you. Going forth, tell us about the call you got from Coach Sledge to do this event and the feeling you had, and now to see it all manifested. Just kind of walk us through that a little bit. We won't need the opportunity to talk about that.
Wow. I'm not from here. I'm from Nashville, so I met Coach Sledge. She called me like a couple of years ago, and I really very fond of her personality, her spirits, everything about women's sports. So when she called me, I was very honored, and I was surprised. And she told me, like, Coach, I watch your program. I would like to be a part of it. And I really was honored for her to call me and ask me to be a part of this historic moment. I can remember like 3 weeks ago, I'm on social media. I see Media Day, Cincinnati Bulls, midfield boys, and all of that. And I was saying, wow, that would be nice for the girls to do. And then I get the call. So it was just beyond, expectation of what the girls program. So I appreciate Coach Sledge, and I thank her, and I thank you all for putting this together. together for us female scholar athletes. It's really an honor.
Well, it's only going to grow from this point. Again, on behalf of Hoop House, Media Day, and everyone involved, NEMAD, Coca-Cola. I mean, we got a ton of sponsors. At some point, I need to start shouting out Dream Forever and James Winston, who's a huge part of putting this together. I mean, I can go on, and we're going to do a little better job of shouting these sponsors out. But we appreciate you guys coming, and we're going to make this product stronger and stronger because you absolutely deserve it. Y'all give it up for me.
All right. So we're gonna say thank you to Centerpoint for coming and enjoying and sharing some of the things about their program. And we're gonna invite now Jackson Ola to come on into the Hoop House and tell us some great things about their program. And we're gonna try and thank our sponsors: NEMAD, Coca-Cola, Dream Forever,
Dick's Sporting
Goods. All those people, they helped sponsor this, and we're proud that they did that.
URA Studios over there.
URA Studios, yeah, he's over there.
Hey, we got Create, right? Yeah, Create Live. We got everybody out.
Just some of the sponsors, but remember those names. Those are the people that were wanted to see this event, and hey, it's here. So without further ado, Jackson Owen. We have head coach Rodney Dorsey, Shantanique Coleman, sophomore, and Madison Miles, senior. So without further ado, first question, and then it's on you, Coach. Thank you.
How you doing, Coach Dorsey? Otis Leverett from NEMAD Production. I have a question for you. Walk us through, you know, I know it's a lot of people call your phone with a whole lot of soliciting things to you. What made you want to come here of all the places and bring your girls? Why did you feel good about this opportunity?
Well, we're really blessed to have this opportunity. I talk to my team all the time about, you know, everything you do, you work hard to get an opportunity, and this is one of those opportunities. I think it's a great thing that's going on. I've been, you know, from coaching boys teams in the past. I've been to a bunch of boys media days, but I think this is a great opportunity for the young ladies where they can have some of the opportunities and get the exposure that the guys would get for years, you know, into the camaraderie, just kind of see what the other young ladies are doing in the state.
All right. Well, Coach, I'm Rico Harris, founder of Outreach Magazine, co-founder of Creative Studio. What does culture look like for your program to be successful, man? It's about building culture. What does culture look like?
Right now, I'm really kind of proud. I inherited this team this summer, and I'm really kind of proud of the culture of the team because I got a bunch of really young ladies who are sticking together. You know, we're into this portion of our conditioning program. Those young ladies are working hard, sticking together. Everything is positive, so the culture is looking pretty good.
Coach, what is your identity? What you want to do? You want a half court game, or you want to get up and down the court, or it just depends on the opponent?
Well, you know, a lot of times it depends on the opponent, but me personally, I love to get up and down. But you know, it goes with, you know, who you're playing against and what type of talent you got at the time.
Thanks.
This question is for either one of the young ladies. Coach said he took over this summer. What changes has Coach made in the program, and what do you guys see that he's doing differently and improving the program?
Coach pay attention to small details. He pushes us with love and hard work. And this summer, he helped me get better at things, little things I didn't know with my ball handling and things like that. He not pushing for it, but he pushed us more than what we thought we could do, and I appreciate it.
Ms. Miles, I want you to take that question as well.
Okay, so this summer, in conditioning wise, he pushed me more. He pushed me more. He pushed me.
You got it.
He pushed me to this, to
It's your moment. Keep going. Let's go. It's your moment. Come on.
He made me want to be a better person as an athlete and outside basketball. And
Ms. Coleman, I want to take you back to last year this time, before Coach came. Just kind of tell me, what's the difference in the feeling you have now this year that Coach Dorsey's by your side as opposed to the prior year before? Kind of take us through that.
Coach Dorsey, this year, I feel like when he coached, he pushed us to the point where we feel like we can't do it no more. But he gave us that energy, that love, and that toughness that we need to do better and get up and down the court to push ourselves way more. Yes, that's what I think. And for him to do that is amazing, and I like it, and I love it.
Ms. Miles, do you truly believe you guys got a chance to be a competitive team and win a lot of ball games this year? I want your true assessment on it. You got it.
yes, I do. Because this summer, the way our line is, like we got a strong line. We won't give up on each other in the games, like practice. We're not gonna walk out on each other. Yeah, and I think we do have a chance of being this year.
Coach Dorsey, I'm sure, and this will be the last question for you guys again. I can't say enough for you guys' participation. You're as good as you guys showing up and doing what you're doing. But I got this last question for you. I'm sure you got quite, you had a 6A program, so I'm sure you got a large quantity of girls. What makes these two special and the reason you picked them out of the lineup and bring them today to this media day?
I picked these two young ladies because, they represent what I want my program to stand for on the academic tip as well as athletic. These are AB students, great work ethics, great heart, and they just do things the right way.
So I think it's safe to say they both are student athletes.
They are.
Good. Like, again, we can't say it enough. I can find 1,000 times. I'll say it with all 1,000 of them. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm really, really proud of you for what you pushed through, because this is what this is about. It's about giving y'all an opportunity, not just to speak to the media, but to also train yourself going forward. So when God put you in these positions and you get higher and higher in life, all that anxiety gonna be out of the way because you've been through this before. Great job for you, and Coach. Even bigger job for you to get in the car and bring them here. Y'all give it up.
All right, Jackson over with that same play like you mean it on that shirt. Without further ado, we're gonna move on down, but we're gonna thank our sponsors first. I know who all of them are now.
Hey, there go my Coca-Cola down there. Come on now, Coca-Cola down, throw your hand up now.
Coca-Cola.
All that water and soda, there you go, right there. That's where we got it from.
Coca-Cola guy, Nymad, who's doing our videography, Vita Era, Dick Sporting Goods, and come on, you gotta tell me again. You're a sponsor.
Oh, Technically Spoken.
Technically Spoken Studio.
One of the coldest podcasts out.
All right. So now we're gonna bring on Winona High School. The Dragons. Come on down, folks. Yeah, that's it. Clap it up for them. Clap it up. All right, so now we've got Winona High School. We've got Coach Trellis, our head coach, Kenya Nunn, who's a senior, and we've got Blue McFarland, also a senior. First question, and then take it away, Coach.
First of all, welcome, guys. Today is a historic day. What is some takeaways? What are some things you're going to go home, especially ladies, to tell your parents that you was able to do something you never did before? And even you, Coach, just something memorable that you'll take home from today.
I take it advantage of every opportunity, but this is a blessing when you actually come somewhere and just be a part of something like this. So I'm very appreciative of that. I'm grateful just to be here.
I'm grateful to have this opportunity because it's just something I've always been seeing myself doing in the future. So I'm glad I got this opportunity.
I like that. Coach Trellis, again, just like all the coaches, can't speak enough of the opportunity that we're having to put this on because we can't do it without you guys. But I'm sure you've been around basketball your whole life. Is being in a place like this and seeing this happen, does this mean progress for you? Just being around it with all the years you have, is this a part of the progress of girls basketball in your opinion?
Absolutely. I think girls basketball is always overlooked. There's so much talent, so much good basketball to watch and to observe. And it's bigger than basketball too. It's just a platform for everybody to be successful. So I love this right here. And again, I've been around basketball all my life. So things like this, I'm always going to be behind.
All right, question for Ms. Nunn. Winona Lady Dragons has a very historic program. I know you see all the banners on the wall. What have you girls done in the off season to put another one of those banners in the Raptors?
Just working hard at it. Just working real hard. Like, putting in extra work. Somebody sit down. Everybody stepping up. Just come together as a team.
Questions for Kenya. Kenya, I noticed something about you. I did a story on you that went way out there. I never imagined it to go out there for, but I wanted people to know that some people don't know that you're a drum major, shortstop, home run hitter, and you're a 3-point shooter. But how do you balance that with a 3.5 GPA? Just let people, if I bring some elementary or middle school students to him, how do they get to your level?
Time management.
Good question. Good answer.
Like dividing it up. Like sometimes before practice, doing my homework and stuff, just keeping up my grades in class.
Okay, ladies, what does motivation look like? Just coming back after next season, it may not was where you wanted. Even for coach, like, what do you guys do to keep that motivation in front of everybody?
One of the biggest motivations is not being able to get to where we wanted to be. So we're absolutely motivated since the Sweet 16, since we got put out, we've been motivated ever since that moment. Because we don't want to have that feeling again. So we're doing everything in our power, everything that we can to just be successful on and off the court as well.
Coach Moore, I'm gonna take a blast back from the past, and people in here can feel how they want to feel, but I ain't got nothing but respect when I say his name. Now, how does it feel to follow Emmanuel Bill, man? He the coldest in the game. I don't care what they say. I've been, I got back in this city after playing in the NFL, and I want to say around what that was about 06, 07, and he's just a cat that I will always respect. I don't care what no one else feels about it, but I respect it. And how is it following a legend like Emmanuel Bill? Because I just really want you to elaborate on that.
It's everything. A lot of people don't know that I came to Winona with Coach Bill.
Wow.
I was one of his players. I rode with him with the Road Runners. I'm an original Road Runner. Original Road Runner. We helped put him on the map. So to be able to just to be behind him, I mean, it's awesome. People always tell me, I have big shoes to fill. I understand that, but I need everybody to understand that I have my own shoe size too, though.
Yeah.
So, hey, I was trained by the best, so I can't look down.
Oh, man, that number, love, and respect. Ms. McFarland, I can't let you get out of there because you jumped on that mic way too much swagger. Tell me what you're going to bring to the team this year. How you going to help Coach Moore with that shoe size that she got to feel, which is her own, after succeeding somebody like, coming behind somebody like Coach Bill? What you going to add to the pie?
Well, I feel like I'm going to bring everything.
Oh, I love
everything we need because I worked hard for it. I've been with Coach Moore for 6 years now, and everything she's taught me, I'm going to make sure you see it all on the court. And I've been working real hard lately, and it's just, it's a big build-up. So y'all can see it this season.
Coach, I see you ain't shy on the mic. This is gonna be my last question for you, but I really want you to elaborate on this. Give me an outlook on Winona girls basketball by the end of this season? Where do you see Winona girls basketball? And don't get bashful now, because we want you to tell us the whole truth. Where do you see yourself?
I want y'all to stay tuned.
I like it. Coach, go ahead. Oh, we got another? Come on, let's go.
Ms. Nunn, again, another question. We know you had an injury. We want to know, how are you progressing from your injury?
I'm ahead of schedule right now. I'll probably be back earlier than expected. But don't nobody know except for my team.
In the 12 county. Hey, Coach, again, I appreciate it. Man, I love Spirit. I love everything you're doing. I can just tell the way they move and somebody pointing to them. And we appreciate all your service. And again, on behalf of everybody from the Hoop House staff and all of the sponsors, Ms. Bundy will run through at some point, because we're going to keep that going, because all the good the people that stood behind this. We appreciate it. We're appreciative to have you here. And again, like, I've apologized to some of the girls that came before this, man. I apologize for women's sports being underserved like this. But again, we are doers, not talkers. So that's why we're here, for manifestation purposes, because it's way too much talk and not enough doing. We appreciate y'all. And again, stick with us. Stay tuned, because this thing gonna get bigger by next year. And God got all back. Y'all clap it up for Winona High School.
While we get Woodlawn to come on, get seated to tell us about their great program. Again, our sponsors are Dream Forever Foundation, Coca-Cola for all the water and the juice, and NIMAD Production, Vita Era, Dick's Sporting Goods, and last but not least, URA Studios. So let's get them seated and get their names in, and then we're going to get started again with some great questions and some marvelous answers. Yeah, we got to get these mics straight, because we don't want the mic to move and the tablecloth to move too. So we're going to get this straight. All right, y'all ready? Okay. So this is Woodlawn High School. We've got our head coach, Samika Thomas. We've got Tomas James as our assistant coach, Ashley Smedley, the sophomore, and Sanaya Mullen, a junior. First question, and it's on you, coach.
Welcome, Woodlawn. I'm still one to put the old questions. Opportunities like this haven't came often. What do you want to leave us with? Because you may not, get opportunities to speak again until next year. So we're looking forward to seeing this next year. Because I've been on camera before, and I wish I would have said something. I wish I would have said this. So give you guys the opportunity. First thing, whatever y'all want to tell us, make sure no regrets. Leave it all on the table, like on the court.
You want to start?
Yeah. Just tell us all the great things about Woodlawn. So when you leave here, you want I gave them everything I had on my mind.
Oh, okay. So from a coach's perspective, I feel that we're very diverse talented. I enjoy the energy that I've received. This is my first year, so I feel like that our play, in the sense of our players, they're very knowledgeable. They've been here since someone played their 8th grade year, so I feel confident in growth and building and what it is that I'm trying to do.
We're gonna move to the next question. Coach Thomas, Coach James, I should say. Coach James, you are, of course, the only male up there. I don't know how many males on the staff. All right, you're the only male. So this is a great question for you. Tell me, because we've asked women over and over again, because of course it pierces them a little different, because they the one been affected by the lack of exposure. But what does this mean for you as a male coach, for these young ladies, and your head coach, who is also a female, to get this opportunity to get this media exposure?
I think it's something that's really different and something that's really good, especially just for the entire game of women's basketball itself. The fact that these young ladies do have a desire to making it to college and playing, this is something that they would have to get used to. With the head coach who did play in college, this is something that she's used to. So I love the fact that they're getting this now. So when they get to the next step, they're they're already ready for it.
Questions for Coach Thomas. Coach Thomas, you play a lot of basketball, and you played for one of the historic coaches, in Vivian Stringer. Do you bring some of her attitude to your program?
I do.
Thanks.
Coach, you can't say no name like Vivian Stringer and just stop talking. Now you're gonna have to let us know a little more than that. Now well, y'all don't know women's basketball. You know we talking Pat Summitt, we talking Gene Oriema, we talking some huge. You can't say a name like that and just say good or whatever one else. Come on, now, give us something.
Okay, so one of the things that I did take away from Coach Stringer is that whatever you put your mind to, you definitely do it. I'm definitely more passionate about what it is that we can learn from basketball, not just the game itself, but how we can transfer it over into life. So that's one of the things that I feel is very different about me and my coaching. I make it more relatable to life in the sense of not giving up and understanding that sometimes it may not go our way, but that's not the end. Making goals and just trying to make sure that we do everything we can to excel in those goals.
Hey, Miss Ashley, I can look in your eyes and tell you think you're gonna get out of here without me asking you a question, but not today. I gotta ask you, with you playing for Coach Thomas, just tell me something that you've gathered over. What year are you in, Ashley? Come on, pick the mic up. We not coming off. Everybody gonna get their chance today.
I'm a sophomore. This is going to be my third year playing varsity basketball for Woodlawn High School. Playing for Coach Thomas, one thing you cannot do is play scary. You can never be a scary basketball player playing for her. You have to have grit and you have to have a killer mentality, as she was saying.
Man, y'all looking out and telling me all we needed was a chance. Here we go. You got the next question? You got to come.
Coach Thomas, you had a stellar high school career and a great college career. We followed you from Rutgers and SIAC Player of the Year at Miles, and we read all your accolades. What are your goals at Woodlawn starting this program, a challenging program?
My biggest goal is I want to change their mindset and help them to understand that they can win. That they're on the same level as anybody else, and winning programs started where they're from. So that's my number one challenge, to change their mindset to thinking and knowing that they're winners.
Ms. Marla, how you doing? Well, you do know in order to get something, you got to be willing to give something up. Right? So I can't be at all the parties if I'm gonna be the best basketball player that I can be. So I gotta give up something to get something. You do understand that concept, right? What have you given up or willing to give up for Woodlawn basketball to be great? We got time to do it.
So, well, I gave up like a lot of friends. Well, it's not even just friends, but like a lot of people. Like I changed my circle and who I hang with. And that's basically it. And basically get closer to God.
Do everybody in here, do all adults in here see why we need to have these events? I mean,
Absolutely.
I mean, just, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stick to the script. I'm gonna stay professional. But great answer, great job, Coach Thomas. Tell me, what does an event? Because again, now we talking about and that's what's been so amazing about all the head coaches, and most of you primarily been females, and have had these astronomical careers as players and coaches. And this is what's so beautiful about this event. So I think you well within range and qualified to answer this question. What does an event like this mean to you? Coach Thomas, the young little girl that had these dreams to play basketball and seeing this manifest today, what does this mean to you, Coach?
This means everything. Like growing up as a girl player, we are always separated. You we never get the equal opportunity as the guys. And so for us to be able to showcase or speak about, what's important to us, how we feel, and the changes that we plan to make it means a lot. Also, it's good for them because they're introduced to how collegiate life is going to be. It doesn't really matter what school you go to, you're going to have a setup to where you're in this predicament. Also, I think that it allows them to be able to prepare themselves for what's in store out the area, or it gives them another goal, because before here they was like, we've never made it that far to where we taught. And so, them being able to be here, maybe it would trigger something to where I want to do it again. And the only how we're going to do it again is if we pay it here. So, I think it's phenomenal.
Coach James, I'm gonna let you take us out of here. I want you to kind of talk about specifically what do you guys do as a team. What makes you different as far as what are you going to bring to the game, or or you're a pressing team, or we're going to play some man to man. Just like let's talk a little basketball, Coach Thomas. Tell us what we plan to do on the basketball front with my high school.
We're gonna be different this year. We finna get after it. We ain't playing scared. Like Miss Ashley said, we finna bring grit to the table. We finna show you this entire summer what we've worked on. As I expressed to the players, years past is gone. We ain't worried about what's happened before. We finna focus on now. And so as of now, we finna spread you out. We finna play. We finna go at you. We finna see if you really about that life, because we is.
I love it. Like WWE. No, man. Again, we're so appreciative of you guys standing in the gap and coming through and being men and women of your word, because this was important for you guys to be present. Young ladies, I just want to take a second just to say I think y'all are wildly intelligent. You just have to believe it. I think the things you guys said on the mic will be profound. And we got all these cameras in here, and I know my boy from Lee-Man is going to put together some amazing footage, and you guys are going to be able to share it and get a chance to see yourself again, to remind you. Because some days you wake up, young ladies, and you don't even believe in you, and you have to have a reminder. And when y'all hear some of these answers that y'all gave, you're going to realize, man, I'm hyper intelligent. Great job. We need you to show back up next year. Tell 17 friends. Let's spread it like we spread bad news. Thanks a lot.
Awesome job, Woodline.
Thank you.
Awesome job. So now let's thank our sponsors one more time. We are going to thank Dick's Sporting Goods, Vita Era, NEMAD, Coca-Cola, Dream Forever Foundation, URA Studios, and hey, get this, we are live at Birmingham. Let's talk sports. So now we're gonna bring on Mortimer Jordan to tell us some great things about their program, and to get these ladies to tell us how they stay in the game and how they're gonna continue to fight to do what they're gonna do this year. So Mortimer Jordan's getting seated, and we're gonna be right back at you to tell you about Mortimer Jordan. So now we got Coach. I gotta have your name, Coach. We got Coach Kelly Robinson. We got Sarah Canada, who's a senior, and Jalen Pleasant, who's a senior. First question, and it's on you, Coach.
Welcome. Seniors, what does this day mean to you? You guys had an opportunity today to do something that the ladies last year did, and of course the people doing COVID didn't, because this is new. What does this day mean to you guys?
Well, today means a lot to us because before, when I was in middle school at Phillips, I knew nothing about Mortimer Jordan. And from me being there since my freshman year, we've gained a lot of respect from people. People have known us, so being here today means a lot.
Let's go, Sarah.
Yeah, we have come a long way since I started playing for Jordan. I started playing varsity in 8th grade, and since then we have gained a lot of respect from other people, and we started playing better competition and proved that we are getting better as a group of girls.
This question is for Pleasant. A lot of people know you by your offense, but I've seen you play like probably 6 times last year. I recognize you as playing both Tell them about your defense intensity.
My defense intensity, I go in the game with a mindset of I'm not finna just let you be comfortable. My job is to make you uncomfortable. So I focus on doing that on both ends of the floor, not just one.
Thanks.
This question is for Coach Kelly. Coach, and again, everybody got to, we all know the hows, but sometimes it's very important to know the why. You're a pretty daggone good basketball coach. I watch y'all play against Hazel Green. I mean, we know that's a juggernaut, but y'all win that thing down there, and I know you got a real shot, and you got some players up there. I got a chance to, and I actually know one just a little bit. And but my question is for you: what made you get in girls basketball? What's your why?
You want to know the real reason?
I promise you, we wouldn't have brought you up here. We didn't want to know the real reason.
I lived in Florida and coached in Florida for 15 to 16 years and coached boys in Florida and moved to Alabama in 2007, just in time for the proration and the budget cuts and everything like that. And so my position at the school I was at got cut. I wasn't coaching at the time because I had kids playing baseball, my sons, and I just didn't want to coach at the time. So I got into coaching girls because I went to interview for a job and because I knew my job was getting cut at the end of the year. And I walked in interviewing for, I think it was middle school football. And then they saw my resume coaching boys in Florida. And they're like, well, we need a girls basketball coach. And I said, well, I'm your guy because I need a paycheck. And but once I got into it, I really liked my first game coaching middle school girls. We were 7 for 44 from the field and didn't shoot 1 3 the whole time. We struggled. But that was in 2010, and it was at Mortimer George's feeder school. But I knew we had good athletes. It was just a matter of getting down into the youth programs and getting them playing basketball instead of just softball all the time. So, I mean, honestly, my why is I don't like to lose. And if that's what I'm going to be doing is girls basketball, then we're going to be as good a girls basketball program as we can be. And so, but I love it. I wouldn't go back to boys. Well, I might if they paid me a ton, but I'm not. But I love doing what I'm doing. The girls are great to work with. They work harder than any boys group I ever coached, and I've coached guys playing overseas, and these girls work harder than any boys that I ever coached.
So. Coach Jalen Pleasant, how you doing?
Hey, Coach.
Hey, I got a question for you. I've watched you play. I watched you grow. We going all the way back to Phillips Academy in Birmingham, Alabama, and it seems as if a lot of people in this state has took. I ain't gonna say they slept on you. They took a small nap on you. And what does that mean coming into your senior year? How are you gonna approach it? Is that gonna put a chip on your shoulder? Or what? Tell me what that does, because I do believe that hands down you're one of the best guards in the state. And what does that do for you coming into the season?
Coming into this season, I would say me playing from, I started in elementary school. I've always played with a chip on my shoulder. I've never passed the eye test with anybody. Like, I've always been told I'm too small, I'm too short. To me, that's always going to be the chip I hold on my shoulders. And that's when people sleeping on me, just keep sleeping. Because the day that I do rise up, you're going to wish you didn't sleep.
WWE again.
Yeah, straight up. Might well.
Hey, Coach, yeah, I followed you last year a little bit, and one time I looked at your schedule and I said, this guy here, I don't know, but why do you play a tough schedule? Do you get ready for the Reeds or something like that?
Well, every year the HSAA puts Hazel Green in our way. So I really ain't got no choice. Honestly, the true reason for that is when these girls were 8th and 9th grade, Sarah was an 8th grader, Jay came to us in the 9th grade after Phillips, and they both, along with the girl that graduated last year, said, because we want to play in college. And so the mindset was, well, then we need to get you playing against college players. It doesn't do you any good to throw up 20 a game against nobody. And so that's the reason it started out with us going and hunting the best players. That year it was Sarah Puckett, and that the next year was Sarah Ashley Barker and that type player. We played against all kind of the player of the year we've played against her the last 4 years probably. And so that lets them see a realistic goal of what do I have to get to get to college. And it's just kind of snowballed from there. At first we was taking some whoopings, okay? But our girls got better. Like I said, they work hard and they got better and better and better. And the whole group it's not just these two. They just only let me bring two. But I've got a team full that just work and stay after practice. I got to run them out to gym a lot of times because I live 30 minutes from home. So I work 30 minutes from home, so I can't stay all night like they would if I left. So that's why we play such a tough schedule, is to get not only for us to get ready for the playoffs, but for them to achieve their personal goals, their individual goals of being able to play at the next level if that's what they choose to do.
Thanks.
Sarah, this question is for you. I heard Coach talk about you want to play college ball. Is I take it that's one of your dreams, correct? Tell me what a day looks like in Sarah's life to prepare to be a college basketball player. Because, we can say things, but what do you do to prepare for that?
Well, you always have to stay after, obviously, and like shoot and dribble and all that kind of stuff. But I have a certain routine workout that I have to do. And I always get my mom to come up and help me like put a pad in my face while I shoot. So I shoot everything because I'm obviously shorter, so I have to shoot over top people. But you always have to put the work in. There's no off days. Even on weekends, you have to get up there and shoot.
So mama part of the process too.
Yes.
I like it.
All right, quick question, guys.
What does today? Let's talk about today. Walking in today, first time doing this. What's on your mind? What are you expecting, and what are you taking away? So the rest of the girls feel like, dang, I wish I could win.
Well, walking in today, being here, being a part of this group for girls, like this is a big step for girls basketball because people don't do this for girls. So this will be a step up in society and helping young girls see the things that we're doing now. Like this is something for them to look up to. Like, wow, well, I can do this. They're doing it. I can see it. Like this helps us be and little girls see us as role models. This gives them sort of like a motivation. Like that's what I want to do. Give them a drive.
Well, I appreciate y'all doing this and putting this together because I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, we probably spend more time in our gym than our boys program does, and it does get frustrating. And I've coached on both sides of it, so I get it. I know the perks of being a boys coach and all that stuff and the attention that you get. And then I've been the girls coach, and we've had to scratch and claw and fight to build it, so we're getting that, at the girls program. But still, a lot of people don't have a clue that we're pretty good, and if they don't follow girls basketball. So this is just something that can't do anything but help get us out there. When I say us, I mean girls basketball programs, the sport itself, the coaches, the players, everybody like that, because it's long overdue. Because if you go back to, and actually we're starting to draw a pretty good crowd at our school. I remember about 3 years ago in a parent meeting, we had the parents say, what can we do to get our crowd up, to get more people at the game? And my answer was play boys basketball, because that's the only thing people want to come and watch. But I don't know about everybody else, but at Mortimer Jordan, we're starting to have a good crowd on girls only games out there, and so this can only help boost that momentum that is already starting to build out there.
Well, Coach, again, I can't, the gratitude that we have for you guys being here is just beyond measure at this point, and we appreciate it. But I want to end with this question because it's about promoting the girls, it's about promoting the team, it's about promoting you as a coach and your hard work as well. But we want to know about, it's been brought to my attention that you guys have a big tournament in November. Let's kind of promote that and talk about who all's in that tournament, what's that going to be all about, and letting the people know so that we can increase the crowds.
Correct. Yeah, we started this. It started out about 4 years ago as a Birmingham versus Huntsville tip-off challenge, and all the Huntsville team would come and play. it was a way to, as a girls coach for these elite programs in Birmingham and Huntsville, to get to play each other without having to drive all the way from Birmingham to Huntsville and vice versa. So we're kind of halfway in between a little bit from some of them, and it just started like that. And right now we have it's turned into almost a preseason Final Four kind of thing. But it's on November 12th on Saturday at our place. The first game is Trinity Presbyterian against Lauderdale County, which are two 3A, 4A powerhouse programs. Then we have Oxford, who's a 6A runner-up, is playing Good Hope, who's a Final Four 4A type team. New Hope is again another. We get the smaller schools in there early they got girls who can play. New Hope's got two girls. I think they've got D1 offers already playing 4A basketball against Susan Moore, who has again. I know one is committed to Montevallo and another freshman has got multiple D1 offers already. Then we've got Hazel Green playing Hewitt Trustful. And then we played Gunnersville, who was the 5A state champion last year. And then Hoover, we finished off with Hoover playing Spartan that night. So you're talking about the 7A state champ, the 7A, Trustful was 7A runner-up the year before, and then that state got him last year. The 6A state champ, the 6A runner-up, the 5A state champ, the 3A runner-up. So it's really, all these teams have young talent. That's kind of the whole point. We email all of the college coaches in Alabama and Mississippi and Georgia, and try to get them to come watch, because that was the other major thing for starting. It was a lot of girls who can play college basketball, but they may not can afford to play on the big EYBL circuit or all of these other big programs, but they can play. And so if we can get college coaches in there watching them playing school ball, then all of a sudden maybe they get on their radar in a way that they would have when you go to a tournament with 200 teams there and the coaches already where they're going to go and stuff. So but it's turned into a really, really good event. We always have, if anybody's press-wise, let me know you're coming, because we have Buffalo Wild Wings in the hospitality room, and then either Outback or O'Charlie's usually at night. So we're going to feed you good if you keep. That's why the coaches keep coming back. It's got the same teams every year because they like to eat the games over.
Well, hey, Coach, we appreciate your enthusiasm. We appreciate y'all young ladies. I think y'all did an eloquent job. This is, again, one of those first of many types of events. And again, we're going to make sure with the team of people that we have around us that we're going to continue to grow this thing and put our best foot forward to put girls basketball and girls sports, period, on the map. Because, again, work is just work, period. And so 60 minutes is 60 minutes, and it's going to equal up to an hour every time. It don't matter what your gender is. And we want y'all to be rewarded for your work and your time that you put in. Coach, we appreciate y'all. Everybody, let's give them a hand. Thank you, Lord.
Thank y'all very much. All right. So we coming back again, and we want to say thank you to Mortimer Jordan for being here in the MDF Hoop House. And so we're going to thank our sponsors again while we let Central High School get situated. Our sponsors tonight are Dream Forever Foundation, Coca-Cola, NEMAD, Vita Era, Dick's Sporting Goods, and URA Studios. And again, we're live at Birmingham Let's Talk Sports. So now we've got Coach Carolyn White, who's the head coach at Central High School. And then we've got Latasia Deloney, who's a junior at Central High School. So without further ado, question, and then it's on you, Coach.
These my folks, y'all. Y'all don't know these my folks. They done came all the way from Phoenix City. Now I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna trip y'all out, because I gotta ask you, Coach. This me and your secret. How many years you been coaching, Coach?
At Central High School, 32.
How many years you been coaching? Period.
Well, I left Montgomery. I had 6 years there, so it's like 38 of coaching, 44 of teaching.
The lady don't even look 44, and she got. Hey, give it up. Give it up. I'm serious, Coach. I appreciate you coming, because I just believe a day like today is not supposed to happen with the real OGs, is what I call the people that have been in the game and had 10 toes in the earth for as long as you have. You need to be here. This is part of your moment. Like it's because of women like you that we're in this position right now. And so I'm just I pressured my wife 3-4 times. Have you heard anything from Coach Wright? We got to get them up here. because it wouldn't get right to have this moment without you, because a lot of people don't realize what you've done in this state, and that's why I took that time to highlight you. But Coach, just because I don't think nobody worried about this matters as much as yours because of the time you put in. What does a moment like this, I mean, to get up here in Birmingham, I know you get a call and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go, and then you get here and you see that it's really happening. Tell me what's your first thoughts and what does a moment mean like this to you, because you've been in this thing for so long?
Well, first thing, Coach, I'm just going to tell you, when I heard your name was in it, I knew it could not be anything but good. The work you put in with me and my girls, I see the difference already. So let me just say kudos to you for what you do for our females across the state of Alabama. And that doesn't come lightly. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But today, this day is a big day because, we've not been up to the northern end of the state to be a part of a media day. So to come and be a part of this is astronomical for us.
Welcome. Young lady, I'm proud of you because you don't look nervous and you don't have a player to the side of you to kind of help feed off of you by yourself, and you like you ready for any question. What do you guys expect to do this year from the hard work you guys have put in with Coach Owen and from the summer?
What we expect to do this year is winning the state championship first and being able to have a good season, which is the hard work we put in this summer. And with Coach O, we expect to win the championship.
Well, when you go to the party with the most bravest person, you ain't gonna be scared. She been through too many battles for her to be scared, so we know she ain't scared. Coach, I know we talked about me and your background, and the fact that we knew each other prior to this, but just kind of tell me, Coach, what really, outside of the fact that, and I appreciate that you believed in me enough as a person to believe that when you got here that there was gonna be something noteworthy going on, but I would like to know, Coach, what makes you get in the car? Because a lot of people don't know, you had some other things go on a week prior and drive this far. Like, what brings you here, other than the fact of, I know you say you believe in what I do, but what makes you do that? Because that's a long drive. I mean, what you guys went 2.5 hours?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, my desire to put my kids in a situation where people can see them, other coaches can see them, people across the state can see them, people just in general can see them as an advantage for my students. I tell them all the time, it's not about me. It's never been about me. For me, it's always been about what can I do for my athletes? How can I put them in a situation where they can be successful for life?
And I know, of course, I've been down there with you, so I know you got some girls that can really play and go get it. And from my understanding, I talked to Coach, you had some girls in volleyball, but tell me why her out of the lineup. Tell me what makes her special to want to bring up here with you. We want to know the storyline behind it.
Of course. Tasia, and she knows I'm going to tell the truth about this. She had the ugliest shot in the world, the ugliest shot in the world as a ninth grader. And I'm like, Tay, you just got to fix your shot. But she had the best defense ever. I mean, she could go get a ball. She'd take a ball from somebody and then turn around and give it right back to them in her early age. But she's one of our best shooters now. She handles the point guard position for me. Best defensive player that I have. Well coached, don't talk bad, just whatever. She goes at it full-heartedly. So when she says that she wants to win the state championship because of all the work that they've done and the work that you helped us with, she means it. She's just not saying it to be said.
Ms. Delaney, I think that's a great point. Like, what do you credit this big change? Because, I mean, coming from Coach, you made a complete turnaround to being, you say, Coach, she's one of your best shooters now. Yes. To go from somebody who she admittedly says had the ugliest shot on the team to one of the best shooters. What do you credit that to? Like, what did you do to get to that point?
What I did to get to the point where I am now was I realized that where I was then, I wasn't gonna be able to go nowhere in the future, and I know I have big goals for myself. So I had to put in the hard work and hard hours after and before practice and during practice to get where I am now.
Yes. Coach Wright, with a wealth of knowledge, what can you leave some of the newer coaches, some quote or just something that you've used over the years that you don't mind sharing with us?
Okay, you know, we have a saying that we say, and it's from Dr. Martin Luther King after every practice. Tasia, you remember it? But you say it for them, and then I'll tell the coaches what I believe in and why.
Our saying is, in your last words, let no man living, dead, or unborn outwork you. And then at the end, we say,
So we take each practice every day, and we try not to let the next person outwork us. Because if you get outworked, you don't have a chance anyway. You can have all the X's and the O's that you want, but if you haven't sold what you're selling to your athletes, then you haven't gained anything. They have to buy into what you're selling. They got to be willing to do it, and they have to believe in you, and you have to make them believe in themselves. So when you've done that, that's the biggest part of it. X's and O's are important, but knowing your athletes, knowing how to get them to perform, you can get an athlete to run through a brick wall for you if that athlete knows that you care for them, you're trying to put them in a position to win and put them in a position where they'll be successful. They're going to work for
it. And Coach, I also want you to elaborate too on or talk to us about. I know you guys came from a long ways, and you're trying to put it together and get other players if possible, but some other scheduling conflict. But tell us a little bit about your team and some of the players that you have that are not able to be here with us, like Mr. Delaney. Kind of walk us through some of the pieces you have on that central team.
Okay, Coach. I have two young ladies that's playing in our area tournament today, volleyball. One of those players, she's been highly recruited. She started for me as a seventh grader, Jabria Lindsay. She was always in the top five, mostly number one, number two, or number three. She starts now as a ninth grader. She's been starting since seventh grade. She's been offered so many offers she has gotten from different schools. She's gotten an offer from South Carolina with Coach Dunn Staley. She's gotten an offer from Auburn University. She's gotten an offer from my alma mater, Alabama State University. She's just astronomical. She's such just a kid that you can't coach those kind of things to. You know, it's just in her to be the best that she can be. And I'm just proud to have her on my team. As a matter of fact, I coached her dad. So that's how long I've been around and proud to say it. But she's going to be a great leader on the team. As a ninth grader, she brings a whole lot to the team. She picks up the intensity in the game for the team. She directs. She's just a born leader, you all. And then I have my forwards, who's a senior, Destiny Johnson. Coach, you know her. She's come a very long way. She had an injury, and she's recovered from that very well. She runs the floor well, long arms, long legs, just an epitome of a player that a coach would like to have in the lineup.
Miss Deloney, I was saying your name wrong. I got corrected over here. Thank God for correction. Miss Deloney, I want you to end it off for us and you're so well spoken, and we appreciate you, Coach, for all you pointing to these girls. You can see it. Tell me take us out of here and tell us what today means to you. What does today mean to you? Sitting in front of this mic, being on with this opportunity, what does it mean to you?
Today means a lot because even though I wasn't picked at first to come up here, I can come up here for my teammates who's away at a volleyball tournament, and I can come up here and speak for them and speak for my team and tell basically everybody how good our team is, how good our lineup is, how far we've come from day one to now, and how good we're going to be when the start of the season is. We started, and now we got to finish.
Hey, Coach, I can't say enough for we're grateful because we know there's a lot of sacrifice to get this far. It's a lot of obedience and sacrifice to get this far. And what I mean by that, you got to be following the call of God and feel that this is something for your program. And we appreciate you for answering that call. I wish you guys all the best. I can't say enough. And again, I've done it just about every set of girls and young ladies and coaches that came up here. I apologize for, a lot of people sitting around to this point in underserved female sports. But today we took a step in the right direction. And I'm a firm believer that action don't know how talk sounds. So it's all action today. We appreciate that. And that was action on y'all part, action on everybody's part here in here, from the sponsors to the volunteers. We made it happen. And I appreciate you, Coach, for leaving us and getting the girls up here. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. We're going to come to you again and thank Central High School for coming to the MDF Hoop House. And then we're going to welcome in Minor High School. And meanwhile, while Minor's coming, we're going to thank our sponsors again because we wouldn't be here without our sponsors. So we're thanking the Dream Forever Foundation, Coca-Cola, NEMAD, Vita Era, Dick's Sporting Goods, URA Studios. And also, we're live at Birmingham Let's Talk Sports. Oh, okay. Come on, Mom. Just put your name tag down, and then we gonna get your names and everything, and we're gonna talk to you and get your take on girls' season and all the good things that y'all are doing and the girls are doing to be great. We want to thank all of you too for taking out your time today and tonight to watch this, because this being the first ever, we are appreciative that you take your time, that you're taking your time out. And look, we wouldn't be where we are either without you watching us. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you Minor High School. We have our head coach, Tara Barnes. We also have our assistant coach, Marquita Hudson. We have Kaylin Galley, who's a junior, and we have Brianna Adams, who's also a junior. So, first question is, after that, take it away, Coach.
All right, how you doing? First question is for Coach Barnes. What can we expect from Minor Lady Purple Tigers 2022-2030?
Usually we go over the Tenacious Tigers, and you can expect competitiveness, you can expect discipline, you can expect just a well-rounded knowledge of the game of basketball.
Welcome, man. What is it like, young ladies, to have these cameras on you, have this microphone, and have this spotlight? Like, what is it like for you guys right now? And what is something you're gonna take back to the teammates to let them know, like, this is goals?
It feels really good and exciting to be in front of all the cameras. When I get back, I'm gonna tell my teammates that you're gonna be nervous at first, but in front of it, you just need to let loose and be yourself. Yeah, when she said it's nervous, but it's exciting.
My next question I got, I'm gonna go with you, Coach Hudson. Tell us about your overall. Now you got a chance to get here, see what's going on, from photo shoots to the, registration table, to the grab bags, to everything, the food, the whole experience. Tell us about tell us how the whole experience been for you guys, not just the meeting part, but the whole experience. Kind of talk about that. Coach Barnes, walk us through the call. You got the call to come here. What quickened in your spirit to say, hey, we need to be a part of this? What was that thing what was your why for being here?
I've always wanted to work with competitive young ladies, and I've always competed against minors. I've been probably the past 3 years, and it was always to give my team a boost. It was kind of a varsity for me playing against the Tigers, because they're real, well coached, well-rounded team.
Hit 10 or 11 3-pointers. I think Coach will give you the green light this year.
Yes, sir.
Sure. You know that we don't do one answer. Why? Tell us why she gonna give you the green light. Oh no, we want all the details. You want a good video, don't you? Come on.
My stats last year, and had one in person threes.
What do you do to be a sharpshooter? Tell us what your day look like.
Don't give all the secrets.
I go to training.
No, it ain't.
I stay a little bit after practice to put up more shots.
Now, Coach Barnes, now you told me your why for going to Miami. What's your why for coming to this event?
This event tonight, when I first got the call from Coach Sledge, I thanked her for the invitation, because it is truly something monumental for female athletes to know that they matter, they are important, they are competitive, they are athletes, and they have a certain standard to meet as well. So for me to be a part of the first year that something like this is taking place is truly amazing for me.
All right, juniors, what do you guys bring to the table this year? You got some experience, you got a year ahead of you, but what you gonna do this year?
We're gonna come, we're gonna work hard. I think we got the skill to be very good. We work good together, we have good chemistry.
I feel like we're gonna go way farther, like state.
Everybody that come up here, Coach Barnes, they talk about working hard. A lot of people, it can be a buzz phrase or a catchphrase. What does work hard mean to you and your kids? Because my standard of work hard probably a little crazy anymore. So what's your standard of working hard, Coach?
Really giving it all that you have. It starts with the mindset first. If we can get over and we can, begin to think positive, think competitive, have our minds focused, be disciplined on the court, off the court, and giving it all that you have, even a little bit extra at the end. I remember after one workout, they thought they were done, and so we challenged each other for another round of running. And so to me, that meant a lot. They went back to the baseline, no complaining, and they knew what the expectations were.
Coach Hudson, I'm gonna let you take us out of here. I've heard from everybody everybody up here talking. I would like to know from you. Give us a backdrop on you and Coach Barnes and why you took the job and you ended up at Minor High School, and why is it so important for you to continue to pour into these young ladies. Give me your why.
I was told to pick this up and bring it closer, so I did it this time. My why just for basketball in general is because I was playing basketball in middle school, and I had my PE coach at the time pull me to the side and said, hey, I need you to call your mom. And in my mind, I'm not calling my mom. If I call her while she's at work, I'm getting in trouble when I get home, because he didn't tell me what it was for. But once she got on the phone, he asked if I could play basketball. And for me, that was the first time somebody saw something in me that I didn't know was there. So my why is to help these young ladies see something in them and to help them pull it out, because they're going to tell them how far it can go or how many lives they can touch just based on one person being able to spend time with them, pour into them, and water something that's already been planted.
Wow, that's amazing. I appreciate you ladies for coming out. This is a very monumental moment. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for us all. I think everybody, just to say you were here 10, 20 years from now, is just a blessing to be even say that I was here and I was a part of it, because I promise you this thing will get its own legs. And I just want to say thank you guys and keep on pushing forth. And I can just tell by the way things are stacking up, and there's a lot being poured to these young ladies and even your assistant coach. So, coach, keep on going in your direction, and let's stay in full support of each other, because I'm telling you, we're gonna fight on our end to make sure that girls sports, period, starts to get served at the level that it needs to get served. Because, like I said before, it's an hour and 60 minutes, no matter the gender. So if you put that time in, period, time is time, and it need to be, you need to be properly rewarded for spending that time, and we're gonna do that. Keep putting the sweat in the bucket, and let's do it, man. Go mine. Thanks a lot, man. Y'all clap it up.
We're gonna thank Minor Tigers again for coming and give us their version of what they're gonna do this year. They may be coming after your title. All right. So now we're gonna thank our sponsors again, because I don't know, sometimes you just mess up a little bit. We forgot at the beginning, so we're gonna thank them again. Dick's Sporting Goods, Fighter Era, NEMAD Production, Coca-Cola, Dream Forever Foundation, URA Studios, and then don't forget, we're live at Birmingham Let's Talk Sports. So now we've got seated Pleasant Grove. We've got Mr. Walter Hicks, who's our head coach. We've got Tamaya Smith, who's a junior, and we've got Omaya Nelson, who's also a junior. So first question, then it's on you, coach.
Welcome, Pleasant Grove. First thing, Coach, Pleasant Grove is an elite program. And what do you guys do? You, Coach Rico, and your staff, what do you guys do to keep this program going?
Thank you for that compliment, by the way. We just try to coach the entire young lady, from the classroom to the court to the weight room, all things that's going to help these young ladies be successful. We try to implement in our program. One thing I can say about our program is that we have 10 young ladies that really get it in the classroom. It starts there. We don't have any problems disciplinary-wise in the halls. They're leaders among their peers, and so that's where it starts. So when they come to the court and the weight room, it helps that process even more. And so we're just proud of their efforts throughout the school, on the court, and the classroom.
They gave me the mic, so I'm gonna ask a question. You up this year? It's your turn to be point. What you gonna do?
I want to hopefully my team to the state championship. My biggest dream. That's all I want to do.
Keep dreaming. Dream come true. All right, Tamaya. All right, you've been recruited from different D1 schools. You got a lot of pressure on you. What do you bring to the table this year for Pleasant Grove?
Honestly, it's a
Take your time. Take your time. Okay.
honestly, this year I'm working on my leadership. I want to be able to let everybody know they can do everything they want to on the court, give them confidence, and just bring them to the win.
We know how important social media is, TikTok, Facebook, and a lot of times it's where we see players, but having this platform is new and just as important. It's going to be bigger than those platforms to give you guys the opportunity to talk. How important is the coach to be able to come here and talk about the team and just get this opportunity to shine?
And this is an opportunity for every team in Birmingham to talk about girls basketball, which is a hidden treasure in this area. Girls basketball has been coming along in this area for quite some time, sending young ladies to college, some going overseas to play. And I have the opportunity to coach a young lady that I was admiring that played overseas. So this is going to help further spread the word about the great job that the area coaches are doing to elevate our young ladies to college and professional. And if they don't get into professional basketball, they become mothers, wives, and so forth. They can raise their families. So it's all about just helping get years.
Quick question, Coach. You've been coaching a while. but the game has changed and the players have changed. How do you keep these players focused? There's a lot of distractions out there. How do you keep your players locked in on the court?
Well, you got to keep first things first. You're gonna sell it in sport. You got to put the time in. You have a lot of young ladies that's playing basketball year round. You have AAU programs that helping young ladies stay involved in the game. So, regardless of what's going on, if you're gonna be successful, you got to put the work in. You got to get in the gym. You got to get in the weight room. Because if not, you're gonna be left behind. So, regardless of what's going on behind you, the product to get there is still the same. You got to put the work in.
My question is for Ms. Nelson and Ms. Smith. What's different about the team this year than previous years?
To me, I think the difference is the chemistry, the leadership of the team. Team this year, we all been together since middle school, and we're older. I feel like we're more bonded, more together. Yeah, like what Omaya said, we got a lot of teamwork this year. We did so much this year during the summer that we didn't do last year or the year before, so I feel like we really got this.
Coach Hicks, I'm gonna end it off with this question. Again, this is a day that we're celebrating women and girls through what we're doing, and a part of that is that we have some male head coaches that are coaching girls sports. Kind of tell me what's your why and how you got to, as a male, got into female sports. What's your why and kind of how you got involved? Tell us about that.
All right, first, kudos to you for having the vision to put this platform on. That's great. My why is having a purpose for life. Realizing that we've got to give back to these young ladies in what we're doing. And so I played basketball. Reflect on my high school coach and the time and the effort that he put in to help me be in front of this podium and talk to you. And so I want to be able to give back, and my purpose is to instill something in them that was given to me. And so it's all about giving back, reaching back, and elevating our young people.
Last question, Coach. What can we expect from Pleasant Grove this year?
We've been knocking on the door for the last 3 or 4 years. And this year, as you heard the young lady say, we have more team chemistry. We plan on knocking on the door. We plan on reaching our goals, making it to the Final Four, and being able to bring the first 5A state championship to Pleasant Grove.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Young ladies, I think you did an amazing job. A lot of times life is just about getting an opportunity. Y'all made the best of y'all opportunity. Both of y'all. Ms. Nelson and Ms. Smith, y'all made a great impact. Keep going. Hey, Coach Hicks, keep pointing to these young ladies, and we're gonna do everything we can on the other side to give them more opportunities to really deal with. I love the word holistic, man. To deal with them holistically, because you can work on their jumper, you can work on their bench press, you can do all that, but if you ain't building the whole woman, good luck in the future. And I think that's what we're doing. We're trying to touch every part of them. And we appreciate everybody involved. And again, keep coming and stay tuned, and we're gonna keep on pushing this product to another level so that it even outlives all of us, so that these young ladies can look back and say, hey, I was at the first one of those, and now it's absolutely huge. And we appreciate it. Y'all clap it up for Pleasant Grove High School.
Before we leave, I'd like to thank one of my assistant coaches. He's here, Coach Nelson. Also, our parents are here. We got here a little early, and they stayed here through the process. So I want to thank our parents for staying and representing our young ladies.
Thank you.
Awesome. So now we are at the end of our program. I want to say thank you for allowing me to come in and talk to you and get these schools in line and work through this program as the MC. But I can say this. Let me thank all these schools that came tonight: Central High School, Hazel Green, Hoover, La Chapoca, Huffman, Hewitt-Trussville, Parker, Shades Valley, Centerpoint, Jackson-Ola, Winona, Woodlawn, Mortimer Joy, Minor, and last but not least, Pleasant Grove. So now, without further ado, we're going to have...
Who you about to say?
You?
Nah.
Come.
So So Kennedy Wagner is going to come as a participant of MDF Hoop House.
Okay.
On their behalf. Yeah.
So
yeah.
now we're gonna have Ms. Kennedy Wagner on behalf of MDF Hoop House come, and she's gonna tell us about all the things that she's been doing with MDF and all the things that she's done over the years to be great. And she's gonna get a couple of tough questions that's gonna make her think, and she's gonna tell you about all the great stuff that she's been doing. Again, now last but not least, Ms. Kennedy Wagner. Question, and then it's on you, Ms. Wagner.
Hey, how you doing, Kennedy Wagner?
Hey,
Coach Otis Leverett from MDF Hoop House. How you doing?
How you doing, Coach?
All right. Hey, quick question. First of all, just kind of tell us about yourself. What high school you go to? What you know your classification and things like that. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Kennedy.
Yeah. My name is Kennedy Wagner. I go to Ramsey High School. I'm a senior, class of 2023. I'm a shooting guard / point guard, turning into learning the point guard position. That's about it.
Okay, Kennedy. What I want to take time out, because we know that MDF Hoop House was the chief sponsor of this event and kind of put it together. Kind of tell everybody about what you have learned personally from being an MDF Hoop House with people like Coach Bree, myself, Damien from NEMAD, who does a lot of our media training along with our media production stuff. Just kind of talk about MDF Hoop House and your experience with it.
Okay. One thing I loved about this summer was MDF Hoop House. I love that I got to work with like my idols, and I got to work with people better than me. Learning, taking their qualities like leadership, talking, being confident, being tough, being strong to the goal, stuff like that. What else? The people when I work out with MDF regularly, they are amazing. Like, we all take the culture and we try to build it and make it better and better. We try to spread the culture as well wherever we go. I learned how to have accountability, push yourself past your limits. Just because you're tired does not mean you stop what you're doing. You do it for the team. It's not about you, it's about everybody else. Right? Damien, he's amazing. He took so many photos. He also learned from him, even him. He's such a great person. I really appreciate everybody I met. Millhouse, Jalen, Coach, DK, Alyssa, all of them. Like, this organization is like one of the best things that ever happened in my life.
Tell me about Breonna Crane, who you spent a lot of time with on the skills side. Tell me about some of the things you've learned that's going to better your game so you can take it back to Ramsey High School.
Bree taught me some stuff like changing pace. I actually use that now in my game. I'm also helping my teammates out with that. What else? I learned also how to lead with her, doing certain drills with the younger kids. I learned how to do some of that. Bree is a great coach. Like, she really takes time out her day and trains me personally if I need it. Like, she's one of the greatest and helpful coaches I've ever had in my life. I learned so much. Like, I really cannot wait for this season so I can showcase everything that she's taught me.
Now, when you say you got a chance to work with some of the better girls from around the city, kind of tell us about some of the girls you work with this summer and kind of where they're from and who they play for currently and some of the things that you got a chance to do. And also, too, tell us about your experience at the WNBA game and some of the other things you got an opportunity to do.
Okay. So I'm going to start with Alyssa because I probably hang around her the most. Alyssa Southfold, she played at my school, Ramsey High School. And she's now at Mississippi Valley, she taught me like IQ things. Like, she taught me how to be tough, go to the goal, because she was working on that as well, being a better shooter, stuff like that. We have Jalen, Dennis Serrano in Colorado. She also came from my school. I remember when I just started out playing basketball, going to the game when they went to the championship against Hayes Green. And when I saw her, I was like, I want to be just like her. So she was amazing. She pushed me past my limits. She got on to me when I needed to. She showed a lot of leadership qualities, a lot of competitive qualities that I need to gain myself. DK is just someone special. Like, DK is one of a kind. DK plays out of Alabama State. She's a point guard right now. She is a dog. Like, she also likes to compete. She's fast and everything. Like, there's a lot of things I want to take from her that I want to have in my life. There's so much. The WNBA game. The WNBA game was so fun. I got to meet a lot of WNBA players. I take pictures. I got to see Dwayne Johnson. And I got to watch the game, and I was like, I could see myself playing like them. Like, they play like us, just professional. So I got to watch the game like in my face and see people make my type of mistakes, and that's the stuff I can take from my game.
Kennedy, we appreciate your time. I want to end with this last question. Kind of tell us what should we expect from, I know you've done a lot of work on your own. Tell us what should we really expect from you and Ramsey High School going into your senior season.
You expect me to be a leader out there on the court. We also be in the ring this year. I'm telling you, we're in the ring. What else to expect? You're gonna see me playing multiple positions: shooting guard, small forward, and point guard this year, for real. And you're gonna see me handling the ball, committing the floor, being another coach on the floor. Shooting threes, going to the hole, especially now I got my package, good. I'm going to go to the hole more this year. You're just going to expect big things. You're going to see a lot of change from last year that, will be amazing to see.
Well, I'm of the belief, if you struggle to be around people with confidence, you need to get you something. So, Kennedy, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I'm elated to see how much further. I'm elated to see the next chapter in your life. This girl walked in my life, 8th going to 9th grade, and I can honestly say I've trained, 3,000-4,000 athletes for real in real time, and so many girls and guys, 300-400 kids that went to college, NFL, you name it. And I don't know if I ever seen a kid improve more over a 3-4 year period than this young lady up here at this podium. So I wanted her to cap this thing off, and I wanted her to tell the world a little bit about Hoop House and our mission as well, and what we're trying to do, and the impact that it has even beyond this meeting today. Thank y'all for coming out. Ms. Brundage, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Kennedy. I love you with all my heart, man, and I appreciate y'all. I really do, everybody involved. Thank you. Ms. Brundage is on you for him.
All right, we're gonna thank our sponsors again, and we're gonna thank Coca-Cola. We're gonna thank Dream Forever Foundation, NEMAD, Vita Era, Dick's Sporting Goods, URA Studios, and we're live at Birmingham Let's Talk Sports. And I guess all these sponsors, some of these sponsors are gonna join me up here, so you get to put a face with the name. This is the Coca-Cola man. This is live at Birmingham Let's Talk Sports. We're gonna get NEMAD to come up here. URA Production, URA Studios, NEMAD, Birmingham Let's Talk Sports. Who else? Come on. Come on. We're gonna wait on Vita here. Some good stuff. URA Studios. And then while we waiting on Vita Era, we gonna get Coach O to run in here. The brain behind MDF Hoop House. And then this is Mr. Vita Era. Vita Era sponsor. Coach O, the brain behind MDF Hoop House. Birmingham, Let's Talk Sports. NEMAD. Coca-Cola man, Let's Talk Sports, and URA Studios. sponsors, Dream Forever Foundation. I'm sorry, didn't forget them. Jameis Winston. So we're letting you know we got a little bit of everybody here. All these people sponsored us because they believe in us, and we want you to continue to believe in us. We thank you for watching, and we hope that next year it's even better, and you are here again to see us, and we have many more sponsors, and maybe you can join us. Thank you.
On the count of three, everybody have a mighty day. 1, 2, 3. Have a mighty day. All right.
Yeah, my age.
Y'all boys.